just got to see coach for a second, Glenn, and get him to check something for me.
Well, the ball bounces in about a minute.
Yeah, no, coming.
Yeah, you can ask the bloke just from here. I'll ask him here.
So this is us. What I want to do.
Henry check number 7. He's not on the list. The Beaconsfield, number 7. Number 7 Beaconsfield. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Next.
So, IEL, Beaconsfield versus Berwick. What round is it?
About 13.
Special comments from
Trent Thomas.
Trent. What's your surname, Trent?
Thomas.
H-O-M-A-S. Thomas, and you're a Berwick boy?
Yeah.
Alright, so we jump into the app. Are we streaming now?
Just give me 1 sec. Yeah, look, we're streaming here. Hold on a bit.
Go back to here.
Yep.
Hit play on it.
Looks like it, yeah.
It's not showing it.
Yep. Oh, he wasn't on my list. Okay. Righto, thanks. Changes, isn't it?
Sue's working. Beaky plays, done his ACL, so he plays in Beaky's side as well. Lockie Monica.
Oh, you knew it was coming up?
Yeah.
Well, Lockie, come here, mate. Dan Lonigan, nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good on you, Lockie. The boys just bounce off, mate. You just bounce off each other a bit, and we're just talking.
Lockie, nice to meet you.
Tell us when we're ready, Glenn.
Yeah, we're right to go, Dan.
Welcome to GameFace's coverage of the Battle of the Creek match in the South North, Beaconsfield and Berwick. And Berwick with a free kick straight away, driving long towards centre half forward. No one can get a clean possession. It comes out though to Beaconsfield. There's a shot at goal by Shepherd, and Shepherd was offloaded, and it's cleared last line of defence by Alia. He gets the hand pass out, and then the old 1-2 around the outer side. He drives Beaconsfield long, and there's a shove in the back, and it'll go the way of Beaconsfield. Berwick, I should say. Trent Thomas with us from Berwick, who was one of the emergencies today.
Yeah, boy. Shout out to the boys at Car Yard. Pete, bloke that runs Steaky Cheese, best burgers in town.
Kicks long towards full forward, and it goes out of bounds, almost out of bounds. It's kept alive, and here's an opportunity for both teams, and they can't get possession. It'll be thrown back into play. How do you think the game will go, boys? I mean, you'd say Berwick are the favourites. They're very good defensively, as you would know, Trent, but Luke being a...
Trent wouldn't know who plays forward, so...
Yeah, you wouldn't know that?
No, we wouldn't know. He's a forwardman.
We're going alright, I reckon. It's a good day. We should be in that ball moving today, I reckon. Be a bit strong.
You're very young, your team, aren't you? And you're
yeah, pretty young.
Yeah.
Very, very young.
Averaging on 21, yes. 7 under 19 players in the team.
7, yeah, sounds about right. No, we are pretty young, so try to bleed them in. Hopefully in the next couple of years we'll be decent. Yeah, get the run over a couple of knocks.
Boundary throwing, ball going nowhere. It'll be thrown up. They're deep into attack. Derek leading by a point.
What do you get a good run?
On the Beaconsfield Bendigo Bank scoreboard, one of our sponsors today for GameFace. Great to be here too, the Peter Evans Pavilion where we're broadcasting from. All the play on the outer side of the ground. It's tapped down and knocked over the line by Berwick, and doing the hard work on that occasion is big Jordan Andrews, and it'll be thrown back into play. Attacking side of the wing, heading into attack for Berwick. The town end of the ground. Beaconsfield popping it up around the outer side. Shepherd taking an attack. He tried to beat a couple of tackles, taken over the boundary and free kick given against him in the long sleeves. Luke Shepherd of Berwick, and it will go the way of Beaconsfield. We have to go back to go forward. If you understand that move, it happens in football a lot, all levels of football. But again, good defence by this miserly defensive team. Derek, to ensure they're going nowhere, and that kick so close to the boundary was dreadful, and it's out of bounds on the full. This is what your team's so good at, Trent, isn't it? Just getting the ball inside, attacking 50 and just stopping the opposition from scoring.
Yeah, just a relentless pressure there. The boys pushing up hard, giving them no room. This bloke absolutely dreadful at set shots here. This could go out the full. Yeah, definitely put this in for out the full. Beautiful.
Shot a goal.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Took a goal. You shouldn't talk too much, Trent, when you're talking about one of your teammates.
No, I've got a bet against him. Whoever kicks more goals for the year. So far, I'm actually thrashing him.
Oh, yes, who was that? The kick
That's Jimmy Magna. Right. Wearing the fresh white New Balance boots. He went surfing with Jonesy during the week. Told us all about it. Yeah, he got a free pair of boots off him. So.
Former Melbourne AFL player.
Yeah.
Former Beaky player too, I believe.
Yeah, he played here when he was 16, I think. They dropped him before the grand final and never looked back.
So to be thrown up in the middle. A lot of former AFL players from Beaconsfield, one of them being for bowlers. Shepherd getting a lot of it early, gets the hand pass out. And they go wide again, Berwick. The mark taken by Tom Brennan. Plays on quickly, feeds a hand pass over the top. On the pavilion wing, but it's fisted away close to the boundary by Beaconsfield. And that was a good contest. It's taken over the line by Brennan. And keeping him for company is Joshua Dodsworth of the Eagles. True wing position. They trail 1-1-7-0 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So I'm back into play. On the wing, fisted down again. Again, Berwick with the numbers. Taking the footy on that occasion is Travis Tuck. Played 20 games with the Hawks. Great interview with his father Michael before the game, which you can get on the GameFace app. And trying to burst out of the fence was Elliott. He'll take a free kick for Beaconsfield at half back. Sudanese boy kicks the ball into the middle of the ground now. He's got targets. Again, good defence by Berwick. And coming up with the footy is Motorfoot, who we spoke to earlier in the day as well. And he gets taken in a tackle. To get away a free kick.
I reckon if he had his time again, the umpire would have changed the reverse decision.
Tyler Stokegate kicks inside 50 for Beaconsfield, but off hands. Good play by Berwick. They'll get the hand pass out, and receiving the hand pass is Madison Andrews, one of the best players for the Berwick team, but he turns it over. Here's a chance. Short pass is good, and getting on the end of it, taking the mark, and he's a very good player, this fellow, Taylor Joyce.
Yeah, great
and he'll
goal.
Kick from 40 metres out. Again, good pressure inside their attacking 50 by the Beaconsfield team.
Berwick were out there, Dan. They had spares everywhere. It was just a miss kick, allowed Beaconsfield back in it.
Beautiful interception there from one of the Johnston brothers to assist Joyce here if he finishes the goal. He's never missing straight over the goal umpire's head.
Good goal by Joyce. So it's one straight 6 apiece. I thought the Beaconsfield was kicked it behind, but they haven't. So one straight 6 apiece. And we've played 5 minutes in the opening quarter. So good contest. Good start by both teams, and you would know the Johnson boys pretty well. Can you tell them apart?
I can as of this year. As of this year.
As of this year? Why of this year?
I don't know. I reckon I've spent a little bit more time with them other than normal, but no, they're doing well both this year. Probably leading the best and fairest, I'd reckon.
Matthew wearing number 20, Matthew wearing number 14. Bounce in the middle.
He's all over him.
Down by Berwick and trying to get out of the middle as Magna. He's held up, going nowhere in a hurry. He doesn't like the attention he's receiving. Former Melbourne AFL player, one of 3 in this Berwick team. Ash Smith, who had 45 games at West Coast, part of the 2008 draft that featured Nick Natanui and Luke Shuey, and now adopted Tom Swift, who gave his AFL career away after 15 games.
Don't worry, I'll tell you all about his AFL career if he gets a chance.
Of course he will. Emerging for the contest, Beaconsfield towards the wing. Taylor Joyce leads in the race. He's got 2 opponents. He's unit, Taylor Joyce.
Playing against his brother.
Taken out of the boundary. So the other Joyce actually plays for Berwick.
Actually, good matchup, good battle. It'll be a good battle all day, I reckon.
Jaden Joyce.
A few words will be said, I'm sure.
I think Jaden's got better than the last couple of times we played him, but
throwing and held up, going nowhere in a hurry. And it was a good contest. There's 4 sets of brothers in this team. Bradley Homfrey, he couldn't get clear of the contest. But there he can, through Rutherford, gets the hand pass out.
Big stretchy cheese.
On this occasion, and driving them long is Moseroff. He got the hand pass brilliantly from Smith, but again cleared out of the fence by Beaconsfield. They go in short, and the Eagles have got the numbers taking the mark in defence is Gooley. Gooley has to go back to Alia. Alia marking on defensive 50. Goes the switch to full back. Beaconsfield in possession. It's 1 goal apiece. Hits to the outer side, and again they can try and set up going down that outer side of the ground, the home team. Kick towards the wing. No one can take the mark. Off hands again. Loose ball, good play by Derek again. They've got numbers at the contest.
There we go.
And they kick long inside 50.
Hey, Money takes a mark inside 50.
Taken by Money. He can have a shot at goal. He's the money man, and he'll run around, open up the angle. He opens up the angle and he kicks the 2nd goal of the match.
Money goes bang, cha-ching.
2 straight 12 to 1 straight 6.
Perfect day for today. Last couple of weeks been pretty miserable.
I can imagine.
Melbourne weather.
Shocking. That's why I'm not playing today. I thought it was going to rain, but been stitched up.
So you asked not to play, is that all?
Yeah, I thought it was going to rain.
He's one of those boys. Trains, but doesn't want to play when it comes to the wet. So
Yeah.
Shoulder, is it, Train?
Yeah, collarbone. Yeah, it's just a bit weak. Just rest of good players. Wait till the business end of the season. They'll be back ready firing.
That's if he picks you.
The coach sure he's got to pick you as it's thrown up in the middle.
Be silly not to, really.
And
Verby there for Beaconsfield.
Yeah.
Northern Blue wearing my number actually. So.
Yeah, well, geez. Inside 50.
Inside 50, a big pack forming. No one can take the mark at the front and trying to get a possession, but unable to was Tyler Stoko. And again, they bottle it up brilliantly inside defensive 50. Berwick. Hurry boot, the ball comes out. Good play by Nick Hillard. Kicks towards the wing. Areas in front though for Beaconsfield on the grandstand wing. He gets taken down in a tackle. That was a pretty tough tackle that he received. The tackle Robbie Gray received last week from Ryan Nyhouse in the AFL in one of the worst games I think it's ever been played. Take down again. Here's an opportunity for Rutherford. He receives a hand pass. But his hand pass is run down, but they get the footy back again, the Wickers. And receiving on the outside is Jed Smith. But it goes very close to the boundary and out of bounds. Just outside attacking 50, 55 around from the goal that Berwick are attacking. 2 straight 12 to 1 straight 6. Berwick have conceded 6 goals in their last 4 matches, including a game against Officer, where they did not concede a goal. Pretty wet conditions. Tap to the back. Curtis, an opportunity now. Comes out from Rutherford. He gives it to a teammate who kicks long. That's Asher. But again, they have the numbers back in the last line of the fence, Beaconsfield. They take the mark. They go straight down the middle. It's not a great kick. It's almost a turnover. And here's a chance for a shot at goal, but missing. And he should have done a bit better than Jellyman Turner. He misses to the right-hand side. You never go down the middle, Glenn. You try and go wide if you can. Then Carter with us as well. And he had commentary on GameFace. The Battle of the Creek Cup between the two Bs, Beaconsfield and Berwick, their 3rd meeting this year. It's close to the boundary. Paddle very close to the line.
Jeez, he's made a meal of that, Risley. Did well, but then
he did well, Risley, on that occasion. To see it over the line.
He's kicked it out in the full though, so
unintentionally.
Whistles going everywhere.
Yeah, there is. I actually thought there might have been maybe the 10-metre rule in Glen, but anyway, wasn't given.
What a terrible rule that is.
Worst rule in footy, boys.
It's got to be, for sure.
I don't know. I don't like the blow the knees. Not a fan of that.
There's a couple of them. Jake Bower took it and kicked across the goal face. It goes back to full back, and the trouble with Beaconsfield at the moment is they can't clear defensive 50, but they will on this occasion, and it's taken by Riley Verdi. He kicks down the line. It hasn't turned over again, and once again they do a good job to bring it back through James Magna. He kicks long for Berwick.
Solid in defence there, Ryan Bromley.
They're holding up nicely. Ali receives the outward kick on the outside, gets the hand pass in at close quarters, and they bring it down the wing, Beaconsfield. No one can take the mark off hands, and it goes over the line on the wing, in front of all the cars on the outer side of this magnificent oval here at Beaconsfield. 1 straight 6, Beaconsfield, and Berwick 2 straight 12.
First time we've seen young Elliot play down. He's slick, he's got some wheels, and he moves around well in the back line, doesn't he?
He does, he's an excellent player. He can read it well, can't he, off half back?
Tucking with a piercing ball in, hits money on the chest, about 45 out in an angle. Wheels around, goes straight away. Oh, he's turned it over straight in the middle of the ground.
Cut off by Johnson. Stoker over the footy, hands back to Johnson. Back again to Bromley. Breaking left foot does Ryan.
Oh, lovely left foot.
Kick to Dodsworth. Can he run onto it?
Intercepted by Pipes as he takes a run. Kicks it long, down line. Gunny in the contest. Taps it over.
Cut off by Beaky, out of the half back line. Little chip kick, but tackled well there. Ball should go over, and it'll be a ball up in the back. No, ball up.
Thrown up.
You've got a bit of competition on your hands here, Dan.
I have. Well, these people who know the players a bit better than I haven't seen them before, Ben. But we're doing our best.
We're just giving him a hand. Hold
Thank
him
you,
out.
guys. So we'll be thrown up at half forward.
Big Tucky doing the ruck work. He ball that bloke. 6'3" and just massive.
Do you keep weight? And you know everyone's weight behind the break, do you, Trent?
Yeah, no, sometimes like we all just stand in front of the mirror and just like flex and see where we need to work on our bodies and stuff.
That's a bit weird.
Tom Brennan's centering ball was cut off, and Alia again getting the footy on the outer side on the bounce. That's a beautiful kick down the line, and Beaconsfield in possession. Who in possession? The kick towards half forward, but again good defensive work by Joseph West. He gets a shove in the back, and he'll take it for Derek at half back on the outer side. He'll switch right across the goal face. They've got numbers out here. They can get themselves going if they want to. Wisely kicks to the wing. Running onto it now is the bearded Tim Gunn. Gunn gets a hand pass out inside. Here's a chance now for Berwick to set up through Brennan, who's had a lot of it early. Brennan kicks to a one-on-one contest, and it's a Berwick mark. Taking it right half forward. He's had a lot of it so far, the money man, Harrison Money. His kick isn't as good as he wanted it to be. Couldn't quite find the target at centre half forward. Turned over, and again Beaconsfield's defence holds firm. Kick towards the half forward flank. No one can take the mark. Again a turnover at ground level. Good play by Gunn. Gets the hand pass out wide. And Berwick will try and set up again through Rutherford, who's had a bit of it too. Lovely daisy cutting kick from Andrews to receive from Rutherford. And that is a beautiful pass to half forward.
Probably a bit far out here, Jellyman. Mark's right on the 50. He'll take his best kick to get there, I reckon.
Back him in, Trent, or not?
No.
High kick.
And there's no one back there. That's terrible.
High turner. And an easy mark. They're doing pretty well at the moment, Beaconsfield, by having a spare man on the last line of defence.
But that was a bit surprising to see there weren't any Berwick players down, knowing that he was about 55 out. It was always going to drop short. There were 3 Beaconsfield players that could have rattled it.
Yeah, probably a bit tired.
Long kick to the wing, Elliot, who's certainly been his side's best player so far. He's got hold of the footy. Now he tries to get a hand pass out. Hasn't run down. Lachlan Molich was in there for Beaconsfield as well. Taken over the boundary between wing and half forward for Berwick, doing most of the attacking. I reckon Beaconsfield are holding up pretty well. 2 straight 12 to 1 straight 6. They get thrown up just inside the boundary. Tap down. Now they run away from the contest through Johnston. He kicks Beaconsfield towards half forward. No one can take the mark. Off hands. It wasn't taken cleanly by Beaconsfield. Going a magnificent hand pass through traffic. Here's an opportunity now for Berwick. They kick towards full forward. Good fist away by the Beaconsfield defence. Still inside attacking 50. Players go without it. Here's a hand pass that comes out. No one can pick up the loose ball. Turner had a chance for Berwick. It's quickly picked up though by Beaconsfield and getting a hurry kick around the body was Dodsworth. Didn't go very far, still inside defensive 50 for Beaky. And it'll be thrown back into play. So scrambling so far. A lot of the play on the outer side of the ground, so the binoculars getting a workout. GameFace's coverage of the Battle of the Creek in settlement between Beaconsfield and Berwick. One goal lead to the Vickers so far. Only just over 40 points in this consider the game so far this year. A free kick from the ruck position. A kick down the line towards the wing. Looking for someone to mark, and a mark is taken.
Joey West. Emo's off to Matty Andrews.
The pass comes inside, but it wasn't taken cleanly by Madison Andrews after the mark was taken by Joseph West. And now Beaconsfield turn it over towards half forward, but again standing firm that reliable defence, Jaden Joyce. And Joyce will spear it wide.
Struggling to string a couple of possessions here, Beaconsfield.
They are. Bailey Asher took it, and he goes back towards the middle of the ground now. Open for the Wickers to drive it long, they do. Inside 50, looking for someone to mark. And
stretchy cheese, mozzarella. Great marks there, packed mark. We'll go back and slot this hopefully, and it'll be a good start for the first quarter for the Wicks.
Now, do you back this guy in Trent? You didn't back in Jellyman Turner before?
He's a bit far out.
Yeah, really?
Mozzo gets down early, always having shots. I think it's all because he doesn't want to warm up, but he's always having shots before training. He's doing very well for himself. His missus is a fantastic woman.
Punching above his weight, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely is. He'll nail this though, and she'll be very happy with it.
Andrew Mozarov, what's her name?
No, I can't even remember her name.
Well, he scored a goal anyway.
He's nailed it though.
Mrs. Mozarov. Goal to Andrew Mozarov. 3 goals on the board now for Berwick. 3 straight 18 to 1 straight 6.
On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Thank you very much for that.
Coming in straight.
We're working well, aren't we?
Special comments?
In fact, it's 3-1-19 Berwick. They did score behind at 1 straight 6. 18 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Thrown up in the middle. Sirius tries to win it down again. He wasn't able to get much on that one for Berwick, but they got numbers at the contest. Although Beaconsfield, although they're absolutely wrapped up in a tackle, there wasn't prior opportunity. I agree with that, as they were trying to storm down that outer wing just outside the city square, and it's thrown up. 13-point lead to the Wickers. Fist again. Running onto it, Gunn, who's had a bit of an early. It's a hand pass backwards to West. West kicks to half forward. They play on quickly. They drive it inside 15, running with the flight. Get another mark to Berwick. Just starting to open up for them. When you pepper the goals and pepper the inside 50 so often, the opportunities will eventually work out. Bryce Rutherford has taken the mark. We had him on before, and he's obviously a terrific player and co-captain. You don't think you'll miss it? Inspirational, is he?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Pretty close to everyone else I hear, Trent. Is that true?
Yeah, no, he's a great bloke. Bryce Rutherford. Beaconsfield opened up the corridor forward. There's a couple of marks straight in front of goals, and Berg never looked like missing.
20 minutes gone.
I'll do half. Yeah, we'll go half. Oh, you going to leave?
I've got time to no one here.
Oh, no, yeah, well,
If you do it,
yeah,
it's easy.
I'll do it.
So 4-1-25 to 1 straight 6. 19-point lead. And some work for Beaconsfield to do. Very young side today. At the moment they're half a game clear of Officer, but a much more superior percentage. But the percentage won't matter because of the fact that the Blues have had a draw. Kick inside 50 by Beaconsfield, and we're 4-8 forward. Now they have a chance. Hand pass comes out. Shot at goal towards full forward. Doesn't quite find the target. And again they've got numbers at ground level. That shot was from the Dodsworth. And it ends up 35 metres out from the goal. They're defending, and Beaconsfield playing in front, getting a free kick for it. So they're going to have a shot at goal for their second goal of the match.
It's only about the third or fourth time Beaconsfield have gone inside 50, and they're banging it in because they're under so much pressure. The free kick was definitely there this time, Dan, but if they can actually lower their eyes a bit and start coming in, they might be better up. They all had a chance of hitting up somebody that can actually take a mark and go back and have a kick and under the pressure.
Riley Verby to shoot. 40 metres out, one of a number of players wearing the man button, which I do not like, probably because I'm jealous, because I have no hair. So here's a chance for Verdi, the second goal of the match. Wouldn't be a bad result to the netball end of the ground, and the home team, Beaky, have their second goal. They're 2 straight 12. They trail Berwick, the reigning premiers. This is the last year, of course, of the Sentinel. 4-1-25.
Beautiful work there from Tyler Stoko to come the footy. Relishing on the opportunity to allow Beaconsfield for their second shot on goal, and Verby converts well.
It's been a good start, good contest.
Yeah,
Pretty hot.
you, Bolo, up at Bendigo. Thanks for setting everything up. GameFace are having an excellent day here today, and the vision's working beautifully.
Have a chance for them out of the middle, but they couldn't quite get clean possession. Now we've got an opportunity. Good tackling note. Saw Berwick lose control, but they get it back. And the kick comes forward.
The Joyce brothers.
Good play by Jed Smith, but in the end his kick goes wide and out of bounds on the full. Good follow-up, 22 and a half gone in the turn. In fact, it bounced before it went out of bounds on the full. He'll be thrown back into play just near the playground and near the beautiful electronic scoreboard on the other side of this lovely oval. Sirius gets it down again. He's a big man out there for the Derek team, and attack forms at his feet. The umpire says, "Give it to me, boys." And they're doing well here in that they're making sure that if there's no prior opportunity, they're not allowing them to get the free kick. Again, good play, good forward pressure by Beaconsfield, but Derek will clear again.
Through Arthurson. Good blind turn by Mozza. Handball out to Ash Smith. Gone out to Shep, running down the wing. Long kick inside, just on the 50. Mark Spoot by Harry Money. Good one-on-one contest there. Cleared by Bowdy. Straight back down the wing, where Bryce Rutherford spoils the contest, and the ball looks to go out of bounds.
Very close to the boundary, and it does.
There's a lot of footy playing down that far side. I wonder why. Right footers, I think it's the right footers game. Not many left footers out here.
They just don't quite make the cut, those left footers.
There's a big bunch of Berwick supporters just standing on that little hill on that outer side, right in front of where the play is at the moment. Probably legends of the club a little bit, Trent.
Yeah, got a ball fire out
as the hand pass comes out.
Hitting on the beers pretty early as well, so
Cinderella gets a hand pass out. It's kept alive again.
Tommy Brennan
and steadies for Brennan. He steadies, he shoots, and he goals. He got around and tackle. He scribbled a couple of would-be tacklers inside attacking 50, and he kicks the 5th goal. 5-1-31 Berwick, 2 straight 12 Beaconsfield on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at Beaconsfield. 24 minutes gone in the opening turn. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 19-point lead. Doing everything right at the moment. The reigning premiers playing great footy. The defence holding up as it always has, certainly in the last month or so. Servius looking to go up there and win that great contest. And he got it out, and he's been penalised for throw. And it'll go the way of Beaconsfield. They thought about a hand pass, but Ruckman should never hand pass Lachlan Morris. Just kick it long, son. He does inside 50, but there's no one there. Maybe he shouldn't kick either. Because on that occasion, with the greatest respect to him, he can kick better than me. Bryce Rutherford takes the mark. He kicks to the front edge of the centre square. The mark's taken by Tim Gunn. Gunn will spread it wide. It's a good kick.
Michael Risley goes down the wing.
He does. Risley
it's easy
towards half forward.
Through Matty Andrews, who holds still. Goes back behind the mark. Sitting right in front of the coach's box now. He's going to look inboard with his left foot. Oh, goes down the line, holds the boundary. The contest at the boundary. Beaky winning this, going back.
Johnson hands to Smith, young Devon Smith. Gets the hands to Bound, smothered roll by Andrews. Looks to hurt his shoulder there.
Great smother. Really team lift and stuff that.
They are young, aren't they? This Beaconsfield team. But they're holding firm. Half forward for Berwick. 19-point lead. Berwick Town in. Close to quarter time. Five 131 to 2 straight 12. It's knocked down. And then Rutherford lays a very good tackle, and his opponent again can't get his hands free, and that's terrific umpiring because there was no trial opportunity. So again, a couple of weeks ago in the Morning Peninsula League, where they gave about 1,500 50-metre penalties. Only many of them were there, but they gave them all those, at least they were consistent. Here's Asher stepping around a couple of opponents, gets the hand pass out, and the receiving on the outside, electing to centre it long, and that was good play on that occasion by Magna, who's had a real influence up on the forward line. It falls to the ground, and again they've got numbers, Derek. Been very good at ground level today. The ground ball effort superb, and a hurried shot of goal scrubs the wrong way from behind. 5-2-32 to 2 straight 12. With the changes made, Matthew Young coming on now for the Wickers. Moves been made plenty also by Lee McQuillan of Beaconsfield as Connor Gorley comes on for them. Kick back into play. Young gets in the action straight away and fists it down at half forward, and then the ball falls in his lap, and the big man's tackled once again. Right fire opportunity.
Right into Love Island, Matty Young. Often leaves training early to see the finale. He was right into it. I think the missus controls the telly at his house, so
that's not good.
Hasn't he heard of a recording?
Yeah, no.
Hand pass comes out. That was a good hand pass by Devon Smith, but the kick's not great for Beaconsfield, as the man in front will get the free kick for Berwick, and there's been a lot of playing in front so far. Joseph West in front of our commentary position, in front of the Beaconsfield dugout at half forward. He'll kick inside 50, lowers the eyes, and that's a brilliant mark.
By Barry Asher, split it open on Thursday night.
Asher will square it up. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. And the mark taken by Travis Tuck. Travis Tuck uses the footy well, kicking around the body gun. He played on quickly, didn't get any height in the kick. It's turned over, and this is Beaconsfield able to clear last line of defence again. They're holding firm, but they're still trailed by 19 points close to quarter time. And having to go backwards and forwards is Daniel Johnston.
They're losing ground here.
Twins. They've been losing ground most of the quarter, Trent. And they're pinned in the back pocket again on the broadcast side. Kick clears defensive 50. Big pack forming. No mark taken again by Beaconsfield. Comes out. Here's an opportunity for Turner, and again he lowers the eyes brilliantly.
Picks up money. Harry Money.
Yeah, he's been terrific, hasn't he?
He's had a few marks inside 50. He's been pretty unselfish and passing it off a fair bit, but hopefully he goes back and slots this one.
Thoughts on the haircut, Trent?
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. His kid's a bit different, Harry Money. Some of the shit he rocks up with on Thursday night. It's questionable, but
some of the stuff, Trent.
He loves to have some Timberlands with bucket hats and skivvies, turtlenecks.
Right on quarter time, and that puts a dagger in the heart of Beaconsfield. A big opening turn by Berwick, 6-1-37 to 2 straight 12. And Money is the money man. He's been superb for his team so far.
Yeah,
and he's kicked a couple. Rutherford's got a goal. Megner's also kicked a goal on what was a pretty impressive opening turn by Berwick. A bit tougher for Beaconsfield. They did score when they went forward, but didn't go forward often enough, hence why they trail by 25 points. We'll take a break, back with more footy in the Battle of the Creek shortly in the Sentinel between Beaconsfield and Berwick.
Pencon Garden Supplies and Mini Concrete.
Come on, boys.
So isn't that yet?
Damn. 50 years. For your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch. Visit our team at 58 Ride.
So you guys want...
Yeah, I was having a look at the screen, yeah.
People see it.
Yeah, it's a live stream. Oh, it's over. Yeah, that's why I was on camera. I was trying to point
Everything muted?
Yeah, everything's on muted.
No, you haven't.
Websites,
Shout out to Trent.
marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Churn. They really know their stuff.
Hello. When I say come through here.
Yeah, 1 minute or 3 minutes? Or 3 minutes. You take that on the bottom right.
He's probably come back in a year as well. He's well to get back.
No.
How do I go back to that? I don't know. I just thought we'd chop in, give you a break. Sometimes, like, you don't know all the players.
Well, I don't know many of the players. That's what I'm saying. I've only got the numbers the last. I got the figures for the numbers for it before, and I don't have much.
It's working well, though. I reckon.
What I'll do is I'll tap you. So don't come over the top.
Do you guys ready to come back?
Yeah, we're ready.
And maybe we have a chat to those two boys about their injuries while we're just, So you want to pull up the panel cam? Don't worry about going to the break again.
Yeah. All right.
Just bring up the panel cam, and then count them in when you're ready to go. So you're ready to transition the panel?
Yeah, I'm ready to transition the panel. Yeah.
Okay. Right. You ready, guys?
Yep. Yeah, ready to go.
Website, video, marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business?
Sorry?
Call the team at Chilled. They really know their stuff.
3, 2.
Welcome back to Beaconsfield, and we've got a contest here, but Berwick on top at the moment, 6-1-37 against Beaconsfield, 2 straight 12. The lead is 25 points. Lockie from Beaconsfield's with us. You've done your knee, Lockie. How long are you out for, mate?
Unfortunately, yeah, I just come out of surgery yesterday, so staying on the sidelines for about a year. Hopefully less, but if rehab goes well, or worse, could be whatever. It takes 24 months, takes 24 months, but I'm hedging my bets for a year at the moment.
Did you hear the pop? They always say you hear the pop.
I heard the crack, not so much a crack. Yeah, the crack. It was a bit innocuous, so it was just changing
But it's always innocuous.
Yeah, just changing direction. So I heard the crack and I felt the initial pain, but it wasn't a severe 30 seconds like most people with an ACL do. So come off, try to come back on, but did a couple of stability tests. And,
did you have the whistle?
No, I didn't.
Didn't get the whistle?
No, just the first 2 seconds of pain. So other than that, it was pretty normal.
Did you know?
No, I didn't. I just thought I twisted my knee, and then I went to have scans on Sunday, the day after, and had the confirmation. But yeah, it wasn't the normal one where you see people 30 seconds on the ground screaming in a bit of pain. So I mean, it's good it wasn't like that, but it's still unfortunate.
You've never had a knee before?
No, never, no.
Spoken to any players that have, just to get a bit of an idea about what the rehab's like and what the operation was going to be like. And I mean, obviously with the operation you were under a general anaesthetic, so you'd wake up and I presume they said it's all okay. I mean, these doctors would do these in their sleep now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, still a bit loopy from the wake up, but no, I've spoken to a couple of people, but my old man's done 2, and a few people have done theirs that I know, a couple of mates. So just read up on the articles about, I guess, what you got to do in the recovery. So I'm sure it'll be all right.
Well, we're looking forward to the second quarter. Trent, your team very good. What impressed you most about them in that opening turn?
Just the shot on goals. I mean, we finally got a good day, and we kicked 6-2, I think. 2 points, really. They weren't inaccurate. They just dropped short, I think, and scored over the line for a point. So the goal kicking's been really good, I think. Forward's done really well. I mean, also the rebounds on defence. I don't reckon Beaconsfield have had it in their 50 very much. I mean, when it comes in, it's going straight back out just as quick, I think.
They're struggling a bit, aren't they, Rocky? I mean, their defence will held firm for the first 15-20 minutes, but when the ball comes in as often as it does, that damn ball can eventually break. There's only so much your defenders can do if the mids are not getting their hands on the footy or their defensive pressure is not up to scratch.
You're right.
Greatest respect to this young side.
You're right, Berwick are doing well. finding it a bit hard to string a couple of possessions together, but that'll come as the game goes on. So
they're a very good side, Beaconsfield. A bit young, maybe a few years.
A few injuries, missing their best player, no, their captain.
Massive Lockie Monica out. That's second best in Paris last year, Lockie. Yeah, did well.
Another big loss.
Told me all about it.
Second quarter's underway, and it's tapped down straight away by Beaconsfield, but again they've got numbers at the contest. Brennan was so impressive in the first quarter. Sweeps a long hand pass out, and they'll drive their team inside 50. Good kick again by Berwick, and that came from Rutherford. He's knocked up getting the footy. So they're kicking towards the netball court end of the ground at the moment, out of Wickers, and they're keeping it inside their attacking 50. Play held up just in front of the scoreboard, which shows a 26-point lead to Berwick, 6-2-38 to 2 straight 12. And our scoreboard sponsor in this quarter is Beaconsfield Home Hardware. And a very good afternoon to Rowan Treasure, who's such a great supporter of this football club. So coming out of the fence again go Beaconsfield, try and bring it around the outer side. But again, Berwick with numbers at the contest, this is what they're so good at. And they're able to hold it up and set it up once again. And Brennan, who gets the footy in the middle of the ground, he will flare it wide. Doesn't find a target. Taylor Joyce says, I'm coming in, boys, and he does. Does well to intercept it. Now they've got an opportunity to set it up. A kick towards half forward is a very good one. Might nearly be 50. And that was a lovely kick by Jack Doherty, one of the young players on this side. Lockie, tell us a bit about him.
He's very, very good, Jack Doherty. Pacey young half forward flanker. Come from Berwick Juniors, I believe. So I think it's his second or third game this year, and he's doing well. So nice little hit up to Luke Bedio, and he converts for Beaconsfield third.
Yes, 50-metre penalty, so that cuts the margin to 20 points. 3 straight 18 to 6-2-38 on the Home Hardware scoreboard.
Joey West, they're going to be pretty disappointed with that. He just tried his best, but he gave away a late 50. He was a bit stiff. Probably would have kicked the goal anyway. But now he's got to come down on Tuesday night. We have to spin the wheel. So that's
all you can ask for though, Trent. It's just for Joseph to try his best.
Yeah, but he's not going to be happy with the 50-metre penalty. I mean, he could end up having to sit out on the middle of the oval by himself for Thursday night dinners, or maybe $50 fine.
So is that what you do with your fines?
I've got a wheel up. Also, I think Reece Piper came today with his instead of a footy bag, you had to have everything in the washing basket. So a few snaps of him are pretty embarrassing.
That's what local footy is all about. Here's an opportunity now for Berwick. They're getting a good possession on the outside to Luke Shepherd in the long sleeves. And this is good footy as it goes down to the forward line, and ending up taking the mark is Harrison Money, who's been absolutely superb with 2 goals already. He's taken the long sleeves off, put the short sleeves on now. Close to the forward pocket, and again loose marking. And Jordan Andrews got away, and he takes the mark in the right forward pocket. So the margin's 20 points. 3 minutes gone in the quarter. They just were a little bit caught out there, weren't they, the Beaconsfield defence?
It's a tough kick, Jordy Andrews. For the right foot up.
Some scores around the ground very shortly. Plenty of footy going on in the Sefnor as the goal is put through from the pocket. Lovely shot of goal by Money. He's kicked 3.
Watch all the boys get to him too. Love seeing Jordy back out there kicking goals. Tough kick. Did well then.
The words of Avo, money. 6-2-38 to 3 straight 18. Been working on that since I saw his 9 this morning. I thought, I'm going to throw that in. If he kicks 3, we'll get it in early.
Lovely work, mate.
Doing well. I wouldn't be loving that.
Pun intended, Daniel?
Pun intended, Lachlan. Absolutely. My mother only calls me Daniel.
Sorry.
Normally when I'm in trouble, which I don't mind.
It's a strong commentary team today. Really working well.
Yeah, we are, considering we don't know each other. 6-2-38 to 3 straight 18. 20-point lead. And now out of the middle goes Beaconsfield. And hurry kick comes out from the big ruckman in Riley Welsh. But it's stopped off again by Berwick with their defence, who are just maniacal down there. They just do not allow any to be scored against them. Although on this occasion, just as I open my big mouth, a shot at goal is scored by Dodsworth of Beaconsfield. He got a loose ball, he pounced on it, and Beaconsfield have got their second goal of the quarter. And the scoring is maybe slightly to the Berwick or Beaconsfield town end. 4 straight 24. You guys know this area much better than me. 7-2-44 the margin, 20 points at the 5-minute mark on the Home Hardware scoreboard.
A rarity for Josh Dodsworth to kick a goal. It's probably his 3rd in his career, I reckon. So he's done well to sneak one in there, Dotty.
But that was better play because their pressure allowed the ball to spill and allowed the Eagles to pounce. Just stay in touch, but they've got to kick consecutive goals. That's been their issue. They win another centre break this time. Handbars comes out. Picked up by Big Walsh and does well. Off the side of the boot though. Kicked towards half forward. Close to the boundary, running out of room. And it's not quite kept alive. It was a good effort though by Tyler Stoko. As I said, one of 4 sets of brothers in this game today. And his brother Trent came over and said, get your hands off him as you do. Blood is thicker than water. Boundary thrown again, Riley Welsh. 2 hands it down, but it's got into the back of his opponent and gives away a free kick. Better get an opportunity to take it at half back.
With Travis Tuck.
Travis Tuck. Has he got different colour hair or something?
Tucky.
Yeah.
No,
has he got that colour hair?
He's actually pretty happy today. They got the new beanies, Berwick. He's having to throw out the old M&D beanie. Got a fair use at training.
For a good cause, M&D, I believe, Trent.
Yeah, one comes over here now, the turner, and now there's going to be a free kick down the ground because the James Magner's put an opponent down because he was very late with his spoiled jacketing, so it's going to be a free kick downfield, and it'll go the way of Berwick and 50 metres as well. As Ash Smith receives the hand pass from Jed Smith, he kicks inside 50, and now there's an opportunity to set up if they can, Berwick. Lowering the eyes, but not quite getting enough on the kick, and it's going to be a mark to Berwick in the right forward.
It's Geordie Andrews again, another tough angle. He nailed the last one, this one's a bit further out. He's looking to pass it. Loves a set shot, Geordie.
Didn't look great off the boot, but it ended up being okay from Lee Shepherd. So Geordie Andrews right in front of the scoreboard, across the face to the top of the goal square. No one can take the mark. The hand pass comes out. It's still in danger territory for Beaconsfield, still deep in their defensive zone. Hand pass comes out from Devon Smith. His hands are very good for Beaconsfield, but again they've got numbers at the back but can't quite control it. Goes over the line and out of bounds. West not able to get his hands on that for Berwick, attacking side of the wing. 7-2-44 Berwick. Beaconsfield 4 straight 24. We played 7 minutes in the second quarter.
Ash Smith gets the ball out the back. Bailey Asher goes down to the boundary on 6th. They're up and back to Ash Smith. Very good use of the handballs. Back to Asher. He kicks it inside 50. Young Jed Smith makes the contest. The ball spills out. Shepherd there as well. Trent Stoko the head of the footy, and the ball will be the umpires. Very good use of the hands there. Using the sweeper very well and going back. Even big Sifter up and very clean hands. Ball up 40 metres out, straight in front of Berwick's goal. Bailey Asher head over the footy, gets ragdolled and umpire throw up again.
How's his ear gone, Trent? Bailey Asher?
He's on right. He actually split his eyebrow open on Thursday night. He had to get 6 stitches. Him and Magna had a head clash in the wet. It's actually hailing on Thursday night. It was pretty rapt to be up there. The boys had to come in. Pretty rapt to be up watching them from the warm box.
Smith goes inside 50, cut out by Brad. Magna at the fall of the ball, hands to Money, puts it on the right foot. Bromley intercepts and takes it out. Rebound at 50, Burby. Smith with a good tackle.
Bit of pushing and shoving here. That was a bit crude, I thought.
It's getting a bit fiery here. And then take his kick from 50 out again, a bit far out. Beaky dropping numbers back. Oh, he's gone the handball. Ash Smith, very capable from here. Birthday yesterday. Oh, hey, Money spilled the ball on the point post, but he got it. Could have nailed that. Kicks him a couple of times a week, I reckon. Jake Bauer to do the kicking work.
Loves this Jake. He might actually play on and just register himself a stat here.
He's gone out to Bromley. Bromley marks it about 35 out, right at the boundary from the full back. Raking left foot, long down line. It's a beautiful kick. Berwick with the numbers back though. Joseph West going back with the flight, taking a good mark. Front Joe Man turning to the centre of the ground. Has a look at the other side. Young Jed Smith works out wide Freeman. He uses him. The ball, bit of work to do. He's got a bit of time though. Steadies and hits young Forrest up. Forrest right in front of the coach's box. Centering ball to Joe Man Turner right on the wing there.
Taylor's getting a lot of it as he goes in short again. And they've got numbers everywhere. And this is Luke Shepherd. Shepherd plays on quickly. Kick was nearly smothered. Fisted away by Beaconsfield inside the fence at 50. Gee, I thought on that occasion he went a little bit too high. Muzzled off of Derek. Now out of defence they go. This is good play by Coward, who we interviewed earlier in our pre-match today from Beaconsfield. But again, they've got numbers at ground level. They've just got them everywhere, Derek. Kick inside 50. Clears attack. And reading at best is Magna.
Great use of the body there.
It was. Just in the side, wasn't it? I mean, he could have almost been pinned, but he wouldn't have deserved to be pinned. He just used his experience, didn't he? Left half forward.
Done well.
I was tattooed Ash Smith. They didn't have the hair and the ponytail and he played at the Eagles, so I don't think John Worsfold would have allowed that. Now, Magna on that occasion.
There's his shocking set shot that I was talking about.
He did the hips when he comes down to the old club, I think, Trent.
Yeah, no, I think he's just useless altogether. Really.
He gingered it, didn't he? He just said he didn't. He scratched at it. So behind 7-4-46 Derek, 4 straight 24 Beaconsfield, and the home Harbour scoreboard. Kick back into play. This down, good play by Welch. But again, they've got numbers. Rutherford's had a lot of it. Receives a hand pass from Asher. Back to Rutherford. Kicks to centre half forward. And they've got numbers everywhere. This is Shepherd. He kicks wide to right half forward.
Brennan takes him out of the mark on from 50. He runs to 40 out, and he goes bang, and he's missed it across the face.
It's opening up, isn't it? 7-5-47, 4 straight 24. There's no wind here, is it? It's a big round.
Nice day for it.
Beautiful day for it. It's a little bit overcast. Elliot had such a good first quarter. Receives in the back pocket. Gets the hand pass out, but Dowd lost control of it. Again, trying to pounce Derek. Harry lays a very good tackle to try and ensure his team can get possession back. Close to the boundary on the outer side near the scoreboard. Picking it up now and doing pretty well is one of the Stoke boys. Kicks towards the wing and does okay, Tyler Stoke on that occasion. Got plenty of distance on the left foot kick and it's held up on the outer wing with Beaconsfield leading the go. Every time they've gone forward, they've been efficient, but they haven't gone forward often enough. It's 12 scoring shots to 4. And the Eagles trail by 23 points. This young team, probably 5 years younger in regard to the collective age group of the team, as Berwick are in possession again. They bring it across the face, and this is Turner, who's been absolutely superb, one of the best men on the ground, in front of our commentary position. This is good for Shepherd. Shepherd will feed over the top, and some tackle away by Smith. As the hand pass didn't really sit on that occasion as he was trying to run away to Smith, and Smith gets the free kick. He had to stop, didn't he, and take it back, boys, and that's why he got pinned. So
wasn't much prior opportunity there.
Winning tackle from young Devon Smith, awards it the free kick, gives it to Cairns, and Cairns switches it to Bowd. Bowd even further to the far side of Bromley. Left foot, centre wing looking for Dodsworth. Won't reach him, and the ball will be reset on the outside wing.
So Brownwood throw it in front of the Berwick crowd. I've got 2 sets of binoculars, boys, a little bit like Richie Sambora with his 2 or 3 guitars for Bon Jovi. I'm not sure which ones it's suit today.
I'm pretty good without them, I reckon.
Brownwood throwing, you've got good age on your pup, son.
You're only young, Trent.
Not that far away.
Throwing. I'm nearly 50, boys, so I'm probably older than both your fathers. Here's an opportunity now for West, who does well to kick towards the wing on the outer side, so you can see them without. It's down the line again, and they're dominating comfortably. This is Magna. The seat of the ball, looking for someone to mark. No one can mark for Berwick. Could be a turnover for Beaconsfield. Handball comes out. Smith grabs it. At half back, he weaves around a would-be tackler. Gets the hand pass out. Now good play by Dodsworth. He gets the hand pass wide again. Looking for someone to take it, and unable to take it was Beaconsfield, and the kick eventually smothered on the wing.
West again, solid defence.
Now they've got it through West to receive. Good running defender is West. Kicks down the line, and it goes out of bounds in the forward pocket before the money man can take the mark.
Been very solid back there, Westy. Struggled to get the ball past him, which is about the half back line. Has probably been the deepest Beaconsfield.
Unfortunately.
47 plays 24, Berwick by 23 points, doing all the attacking to the netball end of the ground, 35 metres around. It'll be thrown back into play. Knocked down again. No one can get a clean possession, and it's held up once more. Another ball up. Number of Beaconsfield players milling around the footy. amongst them, Bradley Humphrey. Hasn't seen much of him so far, Lockie, been a bit quiet. Been well held by Asher, who seems to be doing a little bit of run with rail with him. Handball comes out, and now they've got a chance to clear. This is better play by Bromley, the left footer. He kicks to the wing on the outer side. It's a foot race out there. It should be all Beaconsfield. And they have an opportunity to set it up. This is Humphrey, kicks inside 50. And when they have gone forward, they've kicked the goal. And getting at the back is Bosworth again. And he kicks the goal. So if they can just go forward more often, they can make a game of this Beaconsfield. 5 straight 30 to 7-5-47 on the home hardware scoreboard. Thanks to Rowan Treasure looking after us today and looking after the football club as a major sponsor.
Straight kicking, really keeping them in there. So only 3 goals down. Still very much a good game on our hands.
First time Josh Dodsworth has probably kicked 2 goals, so he'd be real happy with his game. Keeping Beaconsfield in it.
He's getting in the right spot, isn't he? I mean, the ball spilled out early in the corner and he managed to kick a goal, and then he was at the back of the pack, so reading the play well, playing that small forward, providing defensive pressure, playing it really well for his football club at the moment.
It's very good use of the body there. Gave himself best chance at the ball, and nailed the goal as well.
You know Lee pretty well, your coach.
Yes,
do you think he'd be happy at the moment?
He would be happy at the moment.
Because you're kicking accurately, or
it would be good. Well, I think 4 weeks ago we played Derek and about
2 goals.
Yeah, and 15 behind, something like that.
Well, they kicked 6 goals, so they've conceded 6 goals in 4 weeks, and they've already conceded 5 goals inside a half of footy.
It's a better return.
Yeah, a chance for Humphrey. Bradley Humphrey has been pretty quiet. Mike got shoved in the back end as he tried to grab the footy, just attacking side of the centre square, or the centre circle, I should say, for the Berwick Football Club. A lead by 17 points, kicking to the netball end. Kick comes out, high ball. Elliott goes up, couldn't take the mark off, hands gun, shot at goal, misses to the right hand side. He read that magnificently like a Jack Higgins novel to behind. I don't know whether you've read Jack Higgins, 7-6-48 to 5 straight 30, 19-18 points.
I only know the football player for Richmond, Dan.
Yeah, no, I don't read much.
He's a good player too.
Not bad. Loves a bit of me time.
Yeah,
as Trent Thomas here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Bromley.
Yeah, from fullback.
Definitely played on. You get this name on the stat sheet, Ryan Bromley.
Off hands, and Riley Ash has taken to the ground and taken over the boundary for Berwick with the advantage, 18 points, 13 scoring shots to 5.
Not much open play. There's a lot of stoppages this game, Dan.
Well, a lot of what the umpires are doing, Lockie, that if the ball's held to the player, they're saying no throw opportunity. Gunn had a chance, he lost control of it. Now they've got some open players, they bring it out, they just feel towards the wing, and it's driven long towards centre half forward. Mark should have been taken by Derek, but at the back they've got numbers again, the Wickers, and on the left the kick down the line looking for Shepherd. He does well, nearly over his head, controls it in one hand. Now he makes it into the middle of the ground. Magna takes the mark inside the centre circles. The former Melbourne player played 19 games, kicks wide again. They've got numbers galore on that outer side. They can centre up Jed Smith if it sits for him, it does. Jed Smith now grabs it. He was pushed in the side, and he kicks towards half-forward. Morris had him covered, but he still managed to get a decent kick on it, although wasn't slightly affected in the end because marking in front of the scoreboard, Elliott for Beaconsfield. He goes back to the last line of defence and finds Bowd. Bowd now will sweep the handbars over the top to the left foot of Bromley. He's on the wrong side, and that was marked right on the boundary by Doherty. Right on the boundary. He had his feet on the chalk, kicks to the wing. The mark was dropped and should have been taken by Bedio. Close to the boundary, Bedio tries again a second effort for Beaconsfield in front of the patrons, and I think it's going to be a free kick. It will go the way of Riley Verby of Beaconsfield.
Former Northern Blue Riley Verby, so he rates himself on the opposite foot. He's good on both sides. A switch to Bromley. Bromley once again on the raking left foot. A long switch out for Ali. He's got numbers in support. Doherty is there with him. Chaser's on. I don't know what he's done there, but he's done well. Doherty gets hands on the footy. A little chip kick only as far as Jed Smith. And Brennan's on his own, 50 metres out from the Berwick goal. He's got Shepherd running in, but he decides to wait up, sums up his options. Inside 50 he goes. Andrews with a good mark.
I'm going to say that he meant to do that then, that he was trying to stop, this is Elliot, he was trying to stop his opponent from maybe smothering the kick.
Good awareness.
And it was good awareness, but they eventually turned it over. But it looked originally like he lost it, but I'm going to say that he actually knew what he was doing in, but just didn't quite come off. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Who's for me to say that That's good play all
Good, Andrew's another shot from this pocket.
Yep.
This will be his third shot from this pocket today.
He's got to kick this one.
Tough kick. He's kicked one of them. This one just across the face and gone through from behind now. So Berwick 7 goals 7.
1-5 this quarter, boys.
Yeah, 1-5 this quarter. They're getting a lot of marks from the pockets now. Beaconsfield shutting the corridor down, making it very hard to score. Those set shots a bit harder from the pockets than the one straight in front they're nailing before.
3 goals. So into play goes Ballard into the back pocket. This is Bromley. Getting on this side of the ground, Derek, they'll probably stop him from being damaging on that raking left foot kick. As a turnover now, there's a hurried shot at goal by West. The last line of defence, a very good mark taken for Beaconsfield by Corey Walker. Walker goes in short to Bauer. Bauer, one of the good young players. The president at Beaconsfield loves him. He goes back to the outer back pocket, and the mark again, they're waxing a bit, these two Bromley. In that outer back pocket, he kicks down the line, and the mark is taken by Burby. Burby at half back. In short, again a turnover. They tried to go down the corridor. It didn't come off, and Ash Smith, the former Eagle march, he kicks the centre halfway. That's West Coast Eagle, of course. And the mark taken by Luke Shepherd, who's been superb for Berwick so far, as they hold a 19-point lead, 20 minutes gone. It's football royalty watching today with Michael Tuck. You can watch that interview on our GameFace app, and that kick's a very good one too. Thanks to Michael for giving so much time today. What a character he is when you get to know him and get to spend some time with him.
And here's Travis Tuck having a shot and goal now.
Yes, taking the mark at centre half forward. He's a lot taller than I thought too.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I think, yeah, nearly. He's
Trent knows, they all know, as you said before, they're all flexing in the mirror, so he knows everyone's height and weight.
Yeah.
What is he coming at?
He comes in at 97 kilograms and 6'3". He's gone back on his left foot and he makes no mistake. He's nailed it. Very lifting goal from Travis Tuck.
Well, they needed that because they dominated so much. They're up by 25 points, 8-7, 55 to 5 straight 30. He's had a tough time of it. He spoke to his dad about it. His dad was having to talk about it. Does he talk about it at all? He went to Adelaide, which I think helped him a lot after his time at Hawthorn didn't work out. It doesn't work out for all players, footy, but does he ever talk about it?
Yeah, no, he talks about it. He's really quick to talk about other people first. I think he's really good to come down to the club. I mean, he's mature ahead now. He's 30 years old, so he's coming down. And we did a junior. We ran training for the under-17s during the week, and he loves it. Always helping out. So he's good head that we need. So we've got some young players, but we need some mature heads like that.
Around the middle, good play by Humphrey. That's Bradley Humphrey. I haven't got the numbers, although it was picked up on that occasion by one of the Stoco boys, and that's Tyler. But in the end, it is blazing away, last line of the fence, and they've got the numbers everywhere. The boys in blue, Berwick, as they mark in the commentary back pocket. Clearing defensive 50, a high ball. Should almost be a mark to Beaconsfield off hands. They get a hand pass out, and then Tyler Stoco kicks the full forward. She knocked down, a player was offloaded. It's close to the boundary. Bettio tries to get it cut. Now here's a shot at goal. This is an unbelievable effort on the boundary. Don't tell me Taylor Joyce has kicked that. That is an unbelievable shot by Taylor Joyce. Yeah, it is off the play. He got offloaded, Glenn. And
it's a behind.
It's a behind.
Touch. Very unlucky. That would have been unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable behind. As they say in the classics, I've done that many times before, boys, in the AFL, where you think it's the greatest goal of all time, and they say behind. Last night, he was running out of room, the big man.
I think goals last night was pretty good, wasn't it?
Jack Stevens.
Goal of the year, I reckon.
I think it's the only highlight for them last night.
It would have looked pretty bad if you missed it, but I suppose when you're 50 points down, you can probably have a shot at those.
Down to be throwing.
Good blind turn by Shepherd out to Rutherford, who shrugs one and gets pinned on the second one. No free kick play on, ball spills out. He pays that one against Beaconsfield. Matt Young, terrific second effort work after the ruck.
See, that's the first time that's happened today, where they normally let it go. But
the first one's probably no prior opportunity, probably a good decision. There's the brothers, Josie with it, Jaden that is, the fish from behind. Spills out to young Will Arthurson, his handballs to Tommy Brennan under the pump, who gets it out. Beaconsfield swamping here. Tucky wrapped up, and it'll be a ball up at Beaky centre half forward.
Good pressure there, Beaconsfield.
Yeah, 2 numbers around the contest.
3 to the ball carrier. the restart, the two ruckmen go at it, the Berwick ruckman gets their hands down, Stokoe over it. As more numbers pile on, Johnston gets the ball but tackled.
Strong tackled by Timmy Gunn there, wrapped up. Ball have again.
So the margin, 24 points. And the Beaconsfield Home Hardware scoreboard. G'day again to Rowan Treasure, looking after us today as a key sponsor of this club. Part of our coverage this afternoon on GameFace. We'll check some scores very shortly too. Some big matches in a lot of the local leagues. And here's Ash Smith who receives the ball on the outside. Good play, Brennan. He was met late, but got the hand pass out. Now to run it for the co-captain. He kicks close to the boundary. This is Smith. He does well. Gets Smith. Nice little ball in short, and Gunn has been terrific. Gunn takes the mark, 55 from goal. Did foot passing's been good, but on that occasion the pass was missed. But getting the hand pass out and doing well was Mozarov. And then there's a shot at goal by Ash Smith. But again, good defence by Bowd, who's been superb. Last line of defence, he takes the mark. He got it out to Devon Smith. Devon Smith's kick wasn't as good as he'd like it to be. Too close to the boundary and out of bounds between half-back and wing for Beaconsfield as they defend stoutly, but they trail by 4 goals at the 26-minute mark of the second term.
Umpire a bit out of position there, probably missed a free kick.
Oh, big score between Pines and Frankston Bombers in the morning of the Peninsula League. And we were there on Thursday night, and we have a say in our footy show boys that we inspired them. They are thrashing the Bombers. The Bombers were 4th, the Pines were 5th. They're thrashing them by 54 points. It was wonderful footwork again by the Berwick team from the stoppage, from that outer side, the boundary throwing. And there's another shot of goal, and the hand pass comes out to Ash Smith. Ash Smith, well, what did he do there? The kick got smothered. So he's looking to launch, kick too close to the man on the mark. It rolls to half forward. It's taken by Turner, it's been good. He gets Henry, got the hand pass to Rutherford, got the hand pass back to West. All in front of our commentary position. Turner goes back and ceding some territory, and Asher, who have been very impressed with, takes the mark on the wing. They can slow it down close to half time as Corey Walker gets ready to come on. Kicks high towards half forward. Rutherford's in front, he should mark. Again, just a little bit lax in their endeavours to try and defend then Beaconsfield. Will kick towards full forward. Shepherd didn't take the mark. Gets a hand pass out to Ash Smith, who delays a hand pass to Gunn. Gunn beats 1 and 2. Swings around on the left. There's been a lot of carry in the kick. It's knocked down. Front and square, roving goal. Terrific play by Brennan.
4-on-1 there, Beaconsfield. Harry Money just made a contest, brought it to ground with the numbers. Tommy Brennan cleaned it up nicely. Good finish. He's playing really good footy, Tommy Brennan.
Not what you want to see in the last line of defence. As you said there, Trent Money with 4 Beaconsfield defenders. You need to balance it out. Need a couple of people on the ground, a couple to compete in the air, not 4-on-1, which allowed Brennan to pick up the easy goal and give Berwick their night.
It's his second for the day, I think, Tommy Brennan.
As the loss is mount, and without being a negative person or a pessimist, what's taking away on the second
Finals?
Yes.
No, we'll make it. We're confident we'll make it. So we've got the young side, and we're coming up against Berwick, and we're not in a good display today. We're getting clearance. So no, we are confident, and we'll do well and go deep.
West gets the hand pass out. You've got to get some key players back through injury. And again, Arthurson does magnificently with a farming 25-metre hand pass. And here's a chance now for Rutherford. 40 out, lowers the eyes. What a great kick that was. That is Champagne Football, Berwick Football Club. And on the end of it, Money takes the mark in the right forward pocket. Just brilliant attacking footy off half back. Nothing the young Beaconsfield team could do.
That's alright, have another can.
Farming, for those that don't know, is a long hand pass. Here's a shot of goal by Money. Close in, and I think he's kicked the goal. He's got 4, Harry Money. He's kicked the goal. He has. Thank you very much.
More from the Peanut Gallery.
67 to 5-1-31. I think they thought I was talking about Farmer. Farmer's not playing, but farming is a term that we use a lot when you're broadcasting, guys. And you guys are showing a lot of talent here today.
No, don't worry about it. He looks like a muppet. He's got no idea.
But when you're broadcasting, you've got to come up with different terminologies. And farming is a long hand pass, a 20-25 metre hand pass. That was a magnificent hand pass with the outer wing end.
Definitely with you on that. Don't do much of that though. Hand passing, not for me, I reckon. come from Polly Farm, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It does come from Polly Farm, exactly. Because he used to handle 30 metres. He changed the game, as we know. 67 to 31. This is one-way traffic here. Kick out of the middle again. Good play by Elliott to try and control that. He sort of footed it out of mid-air. Comes straight back inside 50 though for Berry, who just dominating. Again, front square roving. Hand pass came out from Shepherd, but he lost it. And there's the siren for half-time. It's a big half of footy by the Berwick Football Club, the reigning premiers. And after being 6-2 at quarter time, for a little while they were challenged by Beaconsfield, who were very accurate and efficient when they went forward, but the problem was they weren't going forward often enough, and then the damn wall opened for Berwick in the latter part of that quarter. They finished with 4-5. They're 10-7-67 to 5-1-31, so the margin is 36 points, and Harrison Lundy has been the star with 4 goals. Gentlemen, before we take a break, have you seen that first half? Firstly, Lockie being a Beaconsfield boy, I'll get your perspective from Berwick, and then I'll ask Trent what he thinks Beaconsfield need to do to improve. So how do you reckon Beaconsfield, Berwick are going?
Real well. Chain of possession is good, and they're going inside 50, lowering the eyes and just taking that extra couple of seconds of composure, unlike us. But we'll come in at half time, and I'm sure the coaches will address it and the boys will address it and come out better. But kudos to Berwick, they've done well, 5-goal lead, so well done.
Is there not enough pressure from your boys?
There's pressure, but I think they're just a bit. Berwick are a lot more level-headed, I'd say, with the older heads. But I mean, the pressure will come, so we'll be right.
And Trent, from a Beaconsfield point of view, why are they struggling? Is it because, again, that immense pressure from your team and the fact that you're so good defensively? It's not only that they don't score against your team, I think it's also because you don't allow them to go inside 50, and even if they go inside 50, a lot of the entries are shallow, aren't they?
Yeah, they've done well when they've gone forward, Beaky. I mean, they kicked 5-1. I think the midfield's just getting really dominated. Berwick have been really on top of the midfield, and the repeat entries really putting the Beaconsfield back line under pressure. I mean, they're doing well, winning the first and second contest, but when the ball's coming in 3 to 4 times, eventually the ball's going to break. But yeah, when Beaconsfield do get the ball on the outside and they get it forward, they do look damaging, but yeah, a lot of repeat entries from Berwick around the half forward, half back line.
Very young team, Beaconsfield today, and they're in a bit of trouble at half time. Let's see if they can recover in the second half. 5-1-31 to 10-7-67. We'll be back with the second half, and also we'll update some scores from around the grounds as well. The big score at the moment, we were down there on Thursday night, and I'm taking credit for it along with our boss Glenn Carter. The Frankston Pines are absolutely mauling the Bombers by 9 goals, 77 to 23 at half time, and they'd be pretty happy about that, but we'll get some more scores a little bit later. So half time, thanks to Beaconsfield Home Timber and Hardware, and great to have Rowan Treasure part of our team and part of the Beaconsfield Football Club, a great sponsor. It is a 6-goal lead for the Berwick team, 10-7-67 to 5-1-31. Back with more shortly on GameFace.
Good half.
Well,
All's going well.
Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the morning
Really good song.
Bad, Daniel?
Yeah, that's really well, mate. Sit on you, mate. No, that's what it's all about. It's called talking shit. Yeah. That's what you do. Isn't it, Kate? What's that? You right, mate? Yeah. You're right, mate. I'm good.
Yeah, go for a walk, reckon?
No, we're still waiting.
Nick, yeah.
Still tuned in.
At least I'm seriously, I've got everything off. I've got everything off.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Sure, they really know their stuff.
Thanks, mate. That was good. Thank you.
That's it.
So what? Oh. So you can always go. They don't go through radio.
Well, they will, but have you guys got the GameFace app? No, it doesn't go to the app there. So once you're in, you go into central. The game should be, there'll be a game live here. You can watch it. It doesn't matter where you are. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't let them because they maybe have to leave.
How long we got, Ben?
What's that?
How long we got, mate? How long we got?
Oh, we'll just keep rolling the break over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come back up. Come back up on the half side.
Well, go down and see if they can share us a drink and something to eat for us. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds good to me, mate. I'll go see the boys in that. No.
Do you want us to grab something to eat?
Right, thank you very much.
Do you want something to eat or you're right?
I think I'll be right for now, thanks. Yeah, well, I might go with some hot chocolate.
What's that?
Might go with some hot
Probably
chocolate.
going to have. We got back saying we're back in the 1:30.
I'll wait like the then.
Yeah, and I'll get you something. So tell us what you want.
Just a skinny hot chocolate, I'll be right.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah. Cheers for that.
Pencon Garden Supplies and Mini Mix Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the Mornington Peninsula magnificently for more than 50 years. For all your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Bart and the team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Ride or call 5985 2252 5985 2998. St Andrews Brewery, using the finest ingredients, ensuring each beer is full of flavour and character.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Chill. They really know their stuff.
My Farms, the Australian grower and supplier of lettuce, spinach and salad mixes.
Okay.
Pencon Garden Supplies and Mini Mix Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the Moreton Peninsula magnificently for more than 50 years. For your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Bart and the team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Ride or call 5985 2252 or 5985 2998. St Andrews Brewery, using the finest ingredients, ensuring each beer is full of flavour and character.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Chill. They really know their stuff.
Flow Farms, the Australian grower and supplier of rock, lettuce, spinach and salad mixes. Pencon Garden Supplies and Mini Mix Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the Mornington Peninsula magnificently for more than 50 years. For your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Bart and team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Ride or 5985 2252 5985 2998. St Andrews Brewery, using the finest ingredients, ensuring each beer is full of flavour and character.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Chill. They really know their stuff.
Flow Farms, the Australian grower and supplier of rock, lettuce, spinach and salad mixes. Supplies and Mini Mix Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the Mornington Peninsula magnificently for more than 50 years. For all your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Bart and the team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Rye or call 59852252 or 59852998. Using the finest ingredients.
All right, Nick, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO.
Do you want to use one of ours or?
One of our team at Chill, they really know their stuff.
I'll swap it. Let's go to the field. Alright. Transition. You're on, Dan? No, you're not.
It's a family-owned business.
There we go. You're on, Dan.
Welcome back to the second half on GameFace, and a lot of work for Beaconsfield to do. They get the ball out of the middle straight away to centre half forward, and again the defence has been so good on this football side today, Berg, and they have a chance to clear up once again, and they've got players everywhere. Tuck's taking the mark, he gets it to Ash Smith centering ball, magnificent Shepherd, second in line. I'm not 100% sure, Trent, that it was actually meant for him, and anyway he turns it over in the last line of defence, and Beaconsfield have a chance to try and clear. And that was a very good mark taken by James Cairns, one of their good young players. The kick comes down towards the half-back flank on the commentary side of the ground, and Doherty takes the mark. Doherty at half-back, another one of the youngsters, many young players on this side, has to go back. This is their problem, trying to get out earlier in the match. The left foot of Bromley, good man to have. Ali has got it down the outer side. He kicks down the line again. That's better play. Mark taken by Devon Smith, who I thought was one of Beaconsfield's better players in the first half. With his pressure, he kicks towards the wing, and mark taken again. Long kick towards a big pack, and that is an excellent mark. Got options everywhere. Welsh, kick inside 50. Mark wasn't taken by West of Berwick, off his hands, but they're swarming everywhere. And Arthurson was involved in the contest as well then for the Wickers, and it'll be thrown up while the play continues. Trent to be on that outer side of the ground as it's thrown up about 55 metres around.
Coming out well, Beaky looking pretty strong.
Yeah, well certainly the intent is there, and there's going to be a shove in the back.
He's on a free kick here.
Yeah, they have.
Morris.
Good drive it long, it is Morris. Thanks Trent, kicks it inside 50. Getting up in front, that's a magnificent grab taken by Taylor Joyce, who's been there one constant thorn as a forward, hasn't he?
No, he's been going well, Joycey. I mean, it's a good match-up. He was a bit unlucky, that miracle goal from the boundary. It looked like it went through, but yeah, no, hopefully he stops this, so that'll be his second for him.
So Taylor Joyce, and they've been accurate. When they've gone forward, they've scored, they've converted. 3 minutes gone,
What a great kick.
and that is a good kick. Playing on his brother, looking for bragging rights today, and he's got a couple now.
That's a decent mullet Joyce is working on there, Trent.
Yeah, no, he's worked on it for a few years, I think. Even when he cuts it off, though, he just gets straight back in growing it. It gets pretty filthy, actually, I reckon. Sometimes he finds snacks in there, he tells me.
Where was their junior club?
Joyce, I think he played here. He won a flag here, then he moved to Dufton. He played there and jumped off the sinking ship there, and now he's back on board at Beaky. And I think he's loving footy, so it's good to see him out there.
Dufton's struggling, unfortunately. Wonder how they go next year when they move to the Rangers competition. Out of the middle, trying to get clean possession, but had the kick run down with Daniel Johnson.
Ball back.
And he does get it back, and that pass inside 50 was all right, but
Picked up by Nick Killar, it's gone wide to Bryce Rutherford. Bryce Rutherford kicks it down the line in Magna, 1-on-1 contest, off the hands, and ball was out of bounds. And I'll reset here. Right in front of the Beaconsfield coach's box. Pretty open contest as the ruckman fired it out. Beaconsfield winning the tap down to Johnson brother, who gets it out to Bailey Morris. Doesn't know where the ball is. Magna in pursuit. Good tackle. Pretty unlucky from Reece Piper there. Gives away the free kick for a too high. Could have been in the back though. He's all over him.
Yes, Reece Piper just overzealous, I thought, on that occasion. Smith, his kick not great, and Magna fills the hole. Why would you kick to a quality player James Magna? He's smooth playing James Magna one-on-one against his opponent in Daniel Johnson. I know Daniel Johnson's one of the key players out there for Beaconsfield, but it's always going to be a tough contest. Almost a mark to Beaconsfield. Doherty gets a hand pass out. It's missed by Bowd, and now Morris. And now goes back to Bowd. He gets a little left foot kick. Doesn't quite find the target. Ash Smith was in the road. The spillage taken by Magna. High kick towards centre half forward, but Walker gets in the road at half back for Beaconsfield. He'll go back to Elliott. Elliott now looking to bring it out to the open side, the outer side of the ground. Again, it's a one-on-one contest. They just haven't been hitting their targets and kicking to too many one-on-one targets. And here's a chance now inside 50, and Garner's on the end of it from a lovely pass from Derek.
A really good one-on-one contest by young Jed Smith.
Yep.
Only played a couple of games in the seniors, but yeah, he's just showing great signs there. I mean, being his opponent there, steadying and having the poise to hit Gunny up, hopefully go back and finish the job.
Magna off for a rest after his 7 touches early in this first quarter.
He's been outstanding. Guns kicks off the side of the boot, squeezes through for a behind narrow side, and it's 10-8-68 to 6-1-37. And this quarter brought to you by Tank Formers. Peter Evans, this pavilion's named after Peter, has done a lot for this football club. He's the owner of Tank Formers. Good afternoon, Peter. Great to have you again part of the Beaconsfield Football Club and GameFace's coverage today. Sharing the ball, Walker, back to Elliott. Elliott now, he gets boxed in, he looks to take them on, and he comes out with the goods on this occasion. He was held up momentarily by Mozarov, but he managed to clear to the half-back flank on the outer side. High kick towards the wing, almost a mark to Arthurson. Off hands, he couldn't take the mark. Now they've got an opportunity, but they fumble it, Beaky, on that outer side. Just the pressure, the inferred pressure applied by Berwick. That's why they've been so good in the lead by 31 points. 68 plays 37. But Beaconsfield have kicked 6 in just over half of footy after teams can only kick 6 in 16 quarters of footy in the previous month or so against the reigning premiers. So we're looking to win 3 of the 4 premierships in this separate competition before the clubs, most of them, move to the Yarra Rangers League next year. How do you feel about that?
What about us? How do you reckon we're going, you mean?
No, going to the Yarra Rangers League.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a bit out of my hand. A lot of people have looked into it. I mean, I'm just happy to play where we get put. I mean, we're still playing against 4 clubs from our league, so we only have to travel only 4 times for the year, which, I mean, I can work with that. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold up there, though. Don't want to be playing in the snow in the Rangers, but I'm happy to play wherever we get put, and I'm sure the rest of the boys will be as well.
I've caught a lot of country footy, particularly early in my career, and I've had to travel 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and players do that every week. And they're obviously used to it, but I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried. Hopefully the reserves don't drop off. I mean, it's a bit hard for twos players. They just do it for your mates and play local footy, and it's going to be a bit annoying that they've got to travel 2.5 hours to play in the wet, cold. Hopefully the clubs all stick strong and it's all right.
Yeah, I think the senior competition will be a ripper. How do we throw it? Certainly if Cranbourne go with the other 3 in Beaconsfield, Berwick and also Narry Warren in the top 4, it's a very even competition in the Eastern Rangers comp at the moment, with only percentage separating the top 4. Big percentages, but Warriallic, Wandon, Hillsville and Alinda, Ferny Creek are the top 4 in that comp, so it is an outstanding competition, so it'll be really good when they're all together next year. Right in front of the scoreboard, about 35 metres around from the goal that Beaconsfield are kicking to at the netball end of the ground. They're doing most of the attacking this quarter, had a lot of repeat entries, again probably not constructive enough to be putting enough scoreboard pressure on their opponents, and Berwick lead 10-8-68 to 6-1-37, and another ball up to occur 9 minutes gone in the quarter.
Setting up really well behind the ball, Beaconsfield. Got a lot of numbers, so can't see the ball piercing that defence anytime soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a real scrap, isn't it? I think Trent for the rest of the match, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a few numbers back on the ball, and here they are now. The ball, Berwick get the ball out, but not much to go to. Good tackle, the ball spilled out. Tucky throwing his way through. Nick Hillard copped a high one there. Missus will be a bit worried about that one.
Does she watch it?
Yeah, well, no, he just recently got a missus, and I haven't seen him since, actually, so it's good to see him on the Saturdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's the only time to get to see him. He looks like a bit of pain, actually. He's running off at the moment. Yeah, he's very prone to blood noses, and yeah, he's got another one. Yeah. Actually gave him 2 blood noses in 2 weeks at footy training.
You did?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Both accidents. One pushed Tommy Brennan in, and Tommy Brennan actually accidentally elbowed him, and then the other one was just trying to tackle, but he must be very prone to blood noses because he's off again. Here's Taylor Joyce having another shot on goal.
Yeah, spearing pass, hit him on the chest. Cut the margin here to an almost manageable 25 points. For his 3rd goal, playing on his brother Jaden, 45 metres out. He's got the old-fashioned mullet from the 1980s. When Soft Rock was king, 6'2", 38 to 10'7", sorry. Yeah, 6'2", 38 to 10'8", 68, the margin of 30 points. You probably wouldn't remember bands like Chicago, REO, Speedwagon, etc. I know Glenn would, but I don't know whether you would, Trent.
A bit before my time, I reckon.
Yeah, just a little bit. Kick back into play, a big goal! This big torpedo punt, the ball burst was a great grab. Smokey Dawson would save, but it'll come straight back as the mark is taken by Boward right in the middle of the ground. And they're not easy to take, the big torpedoes. He kicks towards half forward. And a good strong mark taken by Riley Washburn. Excellent mark. Gets the hand pass out to Boward, who kept running. He's a good running halfback flank, but suppliers cut off and circumvented in defence for Berwick by Michael Risley.
Team of the decade down at Western Scorpions.
Risley kicks down the line. He's been a wonderful player for a long time in football in this neck of the woods. It's a loose ball. Opportunity now if they can get possession, Berwick. But Jed Smith had it taken away from him. Hand pass comes out to Beaconsfield, but again not quite getting the position he wanted was Dooley. He loses control, all happening in front of our commentary position. And now they've got an opportunity through one of the brothers, the Stoke. He's just Stoke brothers, Trish Stoke.
Just kicked to a 1-on-3.
He did. He didn't kick it well at all. And the mark is taken by Piper. Piper kicks to half forward at the back. Boward, one of the best players for Beaconsfield today. He's defended well, he's attacked when he's been able to, but just hasn't had enough support. The margin, 30 points.
There's not much of a crowd here.
On the Tank Former scoreboard, 12 has played 3rd term.
First game of the year, I think there was a massive crowd. You couldn't find a park, but there's plenty of car spaces here today.
It's the middle of winter, it's sort of that time, isn't it, before we get ready for spring and the finals. Comes out to Asher, now to Ash Smith. Ash Smith with an interesting kicking style, kicks long from 55. The Shepherd was made in the goal square, but it goes through for a behind. Money is kicked 4, opposed to Alia. It's been a really good battle, that one. And it is a behind, 10-9, 69 to 62, 38.
I think with Big Scotty out and a few others, the crowds might have expected it not to be all that close today. Freaky is certainly putting up a big fight, a good fight.
They're going well.
Well, they're very competitive, aren't they? But they just don't quite have the armour, do they? Alia fisted away. Ball jarred free from Ash Smith, and then the kick comes inside 50 to Money again. He's headed in that left forward pocket. About a 35-40 degree angle. What do you think, Trent? I mean, he's kicked most things today. He goes around and snaps it, but snaps it a little bit too far to the right-hand side. And 13 minutes in the term, it's 10-9, 69 to 62, 38. The margin 31 points on the Tank Former scoreboard.
Yeah, the Lex to play on, kicks long down, clearing the forward 50. 3-on-1, he does well though, spills out to Asher with his head over the footy as he always does. He's wrapped up and there'll be a ball up. Right in front of the Barry coach's box, the half forward flank.
Benjamin McGowan, I spoke to his mother Denise, who comes every week and loves the club and was delighted that I was giving the club rooms here a wrap.
Great club rooms down
there. They are fantastic. Here's an opportunity for
Humphrey.
Another one of the brothers, of course, Humphrey. There's 4 sets of them, and Brad Humphrey's been a bit quiet today, but was taken off the football when he didn't have possession. Gets the hand pass off to the left footer in Bromley. Bromley will bang it long, close to the boundary line. Getting up west, couldn't take the mark.
And solid down back, Westy. Doing well.
Down back into play. Instructions being issued. And Humphreys, the opponent today, Asher, who's had a lot on the foot. He comes down to Jed Smith, who's held up in a tackle immediately. As we've said a few times, the umpiring's been good when a player is claimed straight away. And they say, give it to me, boys, it's thrown up. It's fisted down. And they have an opportunity to drive it forward, Beaky, and it comes from the boot of Gourley towards half forward, but in the road after, he took on a couple, took on too many in the end, and he got pinned because I thought he dropped it in the tackle. I think that's a fair enough free kick. And Humphrey will take the free kick. In fact, it's not Humphrey, it's Stoko, Tyler Stoko, kicks inside 50, and once again another defensive mark is taken by Berwick. They drive it long to the outer side. And it's an excellent mark to Gunn. He's been superb, marking slightly behind the wing. He kicks it long, plenty of distance in it. Contest out there between Money and also Elliott. He gets the hand pass out on the outside. Rutherford kicks inside 50. But again, they've got numbers at the back, and Corey Walker takes the mark. Dropped a bit short. He has a bounce. Like Adam Sard of Essendon gets the hand pass off the board. The two running halfback flankers for Beaconsfield. Kicks high to the wing on the commentary side. 1 and 2 against Beaky. Waiting down for the spillage. Getting the hand pass out is Asher. Gets a little hand pass clear. And again, Berwick have got the numbers, and that was good play by Risley. Risley now has support further afield. And this is Gunn. Gunn goes in short, attacking side of the wing. And Brennan, who's been outstanding today, kicks inside 50, falls to the back. Who's going to get it? Beaconsfield have numbers, but again, Berwick worked pretty hard. Ball goes to ground. Gunn with that big body. He was beaten by 2 originally, and then he holds it up well. 35 out for the goal. They're attacking at the Berwick City end. The lead at the moment for the Wickers, 32 points at the 16-minute mark on the Team Formers scoreboard.
Jake Bowden's been clearing it, but he just keeps rebounding back. The minute it comes out, they're sending it long. They need to start to slow it down a bit and look inboard, maybe just look for a clever way out rather than the long bombs.
I mean, I think they're happy, Glenn, aren't they, to allow Bromley to get it on that left side, because he's a beautiful raking kick, but there's not a lot of intelligence in the way he's kicking it. I mean, he's getting plenty of distance on it, but a big pack's always forming on the wing.
Just rebounds every time.
It does. Well, Magna's taken on the field here. He's a big body, James Magna, but he's not going to get away with that. And it has to be a free kick, and one of the hardest tacklers in the comp, Devon Smith from Beaconsfield, is the man that held onto him. In fact, it's not Devon Smith, it's another one of the other boys with the ponytail, or the man bun, in Riley Verby. Does a good job at holding onto him, hard on the boundary. Verby will have to go backwards. He's just done this way too much today. It's been a bit predictable.
We're giving up ground here. I mean,
yeah, so often, haven't they?
Up on the mark.
In short, it comes off though. Stoko. Trent Stoko. Half distance pass. Gee, again, it had too much airtime on it, but it's going to be a free kick. So Humphrey.
She's wide out to the wing. She's Elliott kicks it, hits up. It's it. Again, turnover. Good front and centre read by Tyler Stoko. Pops it up out the front chest of the older Humphrey brother. Go back, 40 out, straight in front.
Humphrey's teaming up well together there. That was a nice play.
Matthew has a lot of it, and Bradley's been, I think, well held by Riley Asher today. So
Riley Asher, they
haven't had a huge influence on the game. Two of the better players in this Beaconsfield side as they make a change, and Bailey Morris comes back on. Alia, who has been one of their better players, comes off. Double change, and also coming on for them is Daniel Johnson, the identical twin of Matthew, and he's also been well held. So again, Berwick with their defensive style, your team, Trent, able to keep a lot of players, the main playmakers, particularly the experienced players, of which there's not many in this Beaconsfield side, fairly well held today. So 18 minutes in the quarter, the margin 32. This to cut the margin, if Humphrey successful, Matthew Humphrey, to 26 points. But the big issue's been kicking consecutive goals. They haven't done it all day, hardly.
Yeah, just waiting for Luke Shepherd. He's coming off the ground now. Went back to the flight to make a contest. Gave away the free kick for for interfering with the marking contest, but really courageous effort, and he's just hobbling off now. Looks pretty sore.
He's getting some attention in the back of the head, isn't
I
he?
saw him go down. I thought he got a knee to the ribs, but it looks like it's the back of his head that's copped the damage.
So we'll see what Frey can do here. They need this goal just to keep it interesting. Beaky have beaten Berwick in the B grade netball 49-36, and in the A grade netball as well 64-30. We need the raffle ticket prize as well. We'll check some other scores in a minute, and it's a behind. Frankston YCW 72. Here they come. Edith Vale Aspendale 35. The Sleeping Giant, Mornington 38, Sorrento 41, Mount Eliza 48, Bombeach 42 in First Division of the Mornington League. Frankston Bombers have fought back a bit, but at three-quarter time, Kew Pines be disappointed they lost that from here. One stage at the 7 goals, they're 92. They lead the Bombers 65. We'll check second division shortly. Balls at ground level. We're doing the footy show live on Thursday night from the Germana Footy Club on top in second division. And James Magner's gone down. He's received some, damage to his hip as he was taken high. I thought he buckled at the knees in his endeavours to get a free kick then, and now he's got his hands on his knees. He's okay now.
There's peanut gallery on the boundary line and giving him plenty while he's trying to
run up in front of the boundary. Rutherford gets a hand pass and he'll drive his team inside 50. Money in front. Good late spell Walker. The chopping of the arms, I'm not sure about that, but Money with the free kick. Handballs to Smith. Smith is hemmed in. Handballs on the outside now to Turner. Turner gets a floating hand pass inside again. Good play to come back now in the direction of Smith. As Smith's hand pass was a bit untidy, but Asher made it look better than it was. Now there's a chance for Berry. Left foot kick is outstanding. What a magnificent kick to Money.
They'll get themselves into trouble there.
And he came from the boot of Travis Tuck. And now they have a chance to kick a goal, and they do. They did muck around with it a bit, but eventually they score a goal, and another one goes on the ball to the wickets, and they have an ability to respond every time. Trent 11-10-76 to 6-3-39.
Some cool heads under pressure there. I mean, looked like they were getting themselves into a bit of trouble with the Beaconsfield pressure, but worked out. They kept going back, and there was numbers there, and Tucky's great left foot hit up Harry Money and allowed us to score again.
Am I the only one that can see the resemblance between Tucky and Patrick Cripps from Carlton?
Yeah, no, actually, Zach Roscoe from Cranbourne, I was playing on him, said the exact same thing when we were playing in the early
He's just a slower version of Patrick Cripps.
Yeah.
And he moves well. That's nothing against Tucky. He still moves well. Patrick Cripps is obviously an elite AFL footballer, but they're very much alike.
Yeah, he's a bit of a ball in the contest as well. Just works his way through, gets it all out somehow.
Yeah, another role tomorrow, Glenn. I'm actually broadcasting Patrick Cripps. I haven't seen him play all year, but he's averaging 28 possessions, basically contested. He is an absolute star in a team that I look like winning at the moment. And Beaconsfield in the same boat here as Riley Asher kicks long inside 50. No one can take the mark. And they try and escape from the contest, Beaconsfield. There's Berry kicking inside 50, I should say. And the ball's held up 30 metres out from the goal. That Berwick are again attacking. 22 minutes in the third quarter. 6-3-39 to 11-10-76 on the Tank Formers scoreboard. The tap down's a good one by Matthew Young. Does well for Berwick on this occasion. Again, Asher was trying to ensure the ball stayed in their vicinity. There's a shot at goal, close to the line, knocked through by Corey Young. Again, a decent snap. 6-11, Corey Walker, I should say. 11-11-77 to 6-3-39. So you're earning your money though, because you know the players a lot better than I do.
Oh yeah, no, I just learned his name today. Actually, you've been calling it pretty well all day, so that's how I've learned that one. But
yeah, he doesn't do bad, Trent. Like, this is the first time we've seen these players, and he's calling them running around like he's an absolute magician when it comes to remembering the names. Pro.
You're very nice. Arthurson, I should say, tries to get the hand pass out. Didn't quite find the target. Oh, gee. Johnson was under pressure. Matty Johnson has been well held today, and he wore a few bodies too in that contest. Just outside attacking 54, Berwick, heading to the city end of the ground in this quarter. That's what I'm calling it anyway.
That all owing was Travis Tuck putting his head down and going head first into the pack and nearly had it taken off. He came out of it all right, but scared a couple of us, I think.
Like the old man and his brother, a pretty hard player too, showing 170 league games. Daniel Johnson in the road as the wickets try to get a hand pass out. Oh, gee. Young Doherty was almost the centre point. and decapitated in that contest as he was taken to ground. Front edge centre square. It'll be thrown up. Tapped down by Matthew Young, the second ruckman for Berwick. Matthew Young, who played good footy for St Kilda. Probably should have played that. Sorry, Glenn, to mention the War of the '97 grand final. Left the Hawks and went to the Saints.
Still haven't forgiven Jamie Shanahan for that day.
I still haven't forgiven Terry Wallace for keeping, even though I thought you could play Todd Curley on Darren Jarman in the last quarter of the prelim. Anyway, that's 21 years ago. When you're football supporters of ordinary teams, you think about those moments, don't you? As there's going to be a free kick and it'll go the way of Berwick. Again, they're tackling fantastic inside their attacking 50. That's why they don't concede big scores at all. And the kick from Jed Smith, almost a mark, not quite taken by Money. And now they have a chance again. Hand pass comes out, Turner to Ash Smith, going the wrong way, but then kicking tremendously towards half forward was Travis Tarkham. And he was actually off balance, going backwards as he stabbed that kick inside attacking 50, showing a lot of class. And I just wonder if things just had gone right for him. You might have played a lot of league footy.
Player coming off with the blood rule here.
Trent Stoker.
Gee, that's a shocker, isn't it?
He's head over the footy.
Thrown up, inside attacking 50. Big fist down. The service goes towards the boundary line, and it may be taken over the line. It is on that outer side. It's not in great shape, this game at the moment, in regard to the spectacle, because Berwick have it under control and dominate inside attacking 50, just shoving it forward again. It's tough for Beaconsfield to get any clean footy. Here's Money off the edge of the boot as he pinched it in the contest and was just kicking off balance. He misses to the left hand side of behind. He has kicked 4 majors. 11-12-78 to 6-3-39. Berwick by 39 points on the Team Formers scoreboard. Great to have them as a sponsor of this football club.
Still finding it hard to score a goal here, Berwick. Beaconsfield still going to the pump, but they're still holding well. They're going to kick it out and get a good mark.
Yeah, Bromley. It's a lovely kick again. Turnover, dreadful. What a dreadful kick that was. But he's going to be holding the ball.
Hand pass to
it was a good tackle by Daniel Johnson, just wrapped him up straight away.
When the turnover went straight to Nick Hillard, and then he got it to the big ruckman in service, and he just had no idea to sort of get rid of it. You never handle to a ruckman, as they say in the classics, no matter how effective you are on the ruck. Corey Walker has to go back across the goal face to board. They've had a lot of the footy because the ball's been inside defensive 50 all day. Now Ali on that occasion was trying to be a little bit too clever to handball over the head and had the hand pass blanketed 40 metres out from the goal they're defending, and they continue to defend stoutly. 11-12-78 to 6-3-39. Nearly 28 minutes gone in the third quarter as Luke Shepherd's below us here. He's had the advantage. He should be getting ready to come on after three-quarter time for Berwick. It's going to be a free kick. It'll go the way of Beaconsfield. And they'll take it in the back pocket on the commentary side of the ground. Foot pass all right off. Matty Johnson dropped what he should have taken. Gets the hand pass out. And they kick to the wing through Devon Smith. Fisted away. Good defence again by Risley. He's just so solid, isn't he? Handball comes out to Ash Smith again. On the left foot. That was brilliant play. He was looking the other direction. That was a look away kick on that occasion, Trent. He was looking, I reckon, to centre that ball on his right, and at the corner of his eye, just a bit of class, he saw a player leading for him in gun, and he has made sure that that pass has found the required target right in the middle of his chest.
Yeah, I reckon he changed his mind just before he kicks it sometimes. He's really poised and usually always finds the target.
How long have you been back?
Smith, at Berwick.
Yeah.
I think 4 from 4 was his first year, I think. We won 4 in a row, and then he's been there ever since. So it's good. You have players like him and Magnus sticking around after a season in the club, which means really going well.
An occasion through for behind took the West Coast Eagles, another former Eagle, also played footy at Collingwood. He's got on old Mick Malthouse, Andrew Williams, the Beaconsfield boys, been here today watching the footy in the Peter Evans Pavilion. The owner of Team Formers, our sponsor in this third quarter. As they go forward this time, only momentarily Beaconsfield. In fact, it might be a bit longer than that. There's going to be a free kick, but it doesn't matter because the player's too far out to score as he was put down. It was a mark to Berwick, but Dodsworth was dumped. So that's three-quarter time, and the lead is 40 points. That quarter going nearly 29 minutes. 11-13-79 Berwick. Beaconsfield 6-3-39. 40-point lead to Berwick. They're heading for another win and to cement their spot in the top three. Back with the final quarter shortly in the Battle of the Creek here at Beaconsfield.
Says Gold Coast up 20 points in three-quarter time.
Family-owned business that has served the Morning Confidential and magnificently for more than 50 years. For your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Barton and team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Drive or call 5985 2252 5985 2998. Using the finest ingredients, ensuring each beer is
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Chill. They really know their stuff.
You're doing
Fly is the key.
yeah, he like even make a mistake. But sometimes just leave it. Sounds good anyway. Well, he said something about champagne. He said something about champagne before on the agendas or something like that.
We'll come back. Let's go to the panel cam. We'll have a chat to Trent. You ready to come back on?
Yep.
Just before you do.
Yeah.
You got the second division?
Yeah. My life's getting done. So Chelsea's beaten something easy. Look at Tabs over well. Just remember, Stephen Warning, we've only got 3 people listening. Some people may watch the replay, they don't know when to play.
Pencon Garden Supplies and Mini Mix Concrete is a family-owned business that has served the Mornington Peninsula magnificently for more than 50 50 years. For your garden and building supplies, concrete, soil, sand and mulch, visit Bart and the team at 58 Peninsula Avenue Drive or 5985 2252 5985 2998.
Snowing up in the hill.
Right, you ready to go, Matt?
You got those right? Yes.
Websites, videos, Google marketing, SEO. What do you need for your business? Call the team at Chill. They
Almost ready for the last quarter here, and a 40-point lead, 11-13-79 to 6-3-39. Just quickly going through some of the scores in the second division of the NPNFL. Now, Lang Warren looking to keep their finals chances alive, and I reckon they might do that, Glenn. 13-12-90 to 10-2-62 Hastings. It'll put them 6 points behind, with only a few games to go, but it does give them a chance. Their percentage is not great. Pearsdale's 15-10-100. Crib Point going all right, 12-12-84. I think even though Panthers would love to win, I think everyone would love to see the Magpies have a victory there. Red Hill, 8 in a row this is going to be. They are flying. 11-10-76. Coringal 5-7-37. And the Giant Killers tie over 3 points in front of Dramana. That'd be the upset, not of the season, but of ever, probably in Morning Peninsula football in regard to where the two teams are on the ladder. 10-14-74.
What a good news story, though.
Oh, it's a great news story. To 9-17-71. Mind you, we're going to Dramana on Thursday night for the footy show. Do you think we'll be welcome down there? And Chelsea are thrashing Somerville, fighting back from last week's shock loss to Tired. 17-10-112 to 4-10-34. So there's the second division results. I can mention too that in the AFL, that there could be a big upset on the cards. They're the biggest one of the season, Trent. Gold Coast to 20 points up on Sydney at the SCG. Sydney just can't win there now.
Yeah, they're struggling down at the SCG. I think they've beaten Carlton. They did beat, I think, West Coast up there as well. But,
They did.
But yeah, apart from that, they've had a few losses at the SCG. They go well at Etihad though. Sydney, I reckon they're pretty good. Hopefully they can beat the Tigers if they make it on the G. You can see that.
Don't think so, mate.
Yeah, I know, they look too good. But if anyone can beat them, I don't know.
Collingwood are all over North Melbourne as well. That's all over. They're 10 goals. In fact, they're a long way down.
Yeah, I think North might nearly be gone.
They're 11 goals down.
Done well, North played above themselves.
What's your prediction here, Trent? The last quarter, do you expect Beaky to hang in there, or the wicket is going to just kick away with it?
I usually, I reckon Berwick's last quarter usually pretty strong, and usually get a few goals towards the end as the game opens up a bit more and the players become a bit more tired. But the last time we played Beaconsfield here, everyone was just so wrecked by the end of the game. We were just slowing it down a fair bit.
Beaky's starting with an extra man back.
Bounce in the centre, and Burby has been okay. Kicks inside 50. That nearly has to be a mark, doesn't it? Why are they playing that mark? That was a mark player in front, I thought. Or was the umpire saying that he was a bit blinded? Oh no, that Adelaide Geelong final back in '97 with one across the Cats a spot to prove it. I reckon he was blinded. I reckon that was definitely a mark. Tap down.
Gentleman in the third row thought it was a mark.
It's picked up by Stokoe. He certainly was. It's Tyler Stokoe. And the hand pass comes out now. Under pressure is Devon Smith and has it. The hand pass run down. He was a bit indecisive on that occasion for Beaconsfield. That's taken over the boundary on the outer side in the opening minute with the lead 40 points. And again, wonderful to have our sponsors from Bendigo Bank, Beaconsfield, Graham Taylor and Andrew Gardner with us for this final quarter. Looking after the scoreboard. Very loyal sponsors of the Beaconsfield Footy Club. Tap down again and shove forward inside 50. Again, that defence just miserly. Hand pass comes out from Stokoe, and then on the end of it, this man's been a good forward all day. Taylor Joyce, he's tried very hard, and he gets another mark in his chest. He's let out very well, I reckon, Taylor Joyce today, and I think he's probably lowered the colours of his brother, but I dare say if you ask his brother at the end of the game, he'll tell you where to go. No one's certain.
No, this is probably the best performance I've seen him play against his brother. He's got a lovely key goal. I reckon he'll kick this. Got pretty close to the man of the mark, and he's
way too close.
Yeah, he's shown that, and he's kicked
pushed it left.
But Joycey, Jaden usually gets his last couple of games probably had the better win of the battle, but I reckon Taylor's done really well today. Really hard to beat.
Smith, that's Ash Smith out to the outer side. Big Fist still back inside, attacking 50 again for Beaconsfield. Handball to Verby. Verby a snipe, and Verby a goal. Well played by Verby. One of his team's better players today. He got on the end of that, and he kicked it around the body in a hurry, but he just had enough control to clear the distance and put his team's 7th goal on the board. They're 7-4-46, but they've still got a lot of work to do if they're to overhaul their opponents. He has 13-79.
He has played well today, Derby. He's done a lot of hard work. It was nice to see him finish off with a goal there, and I'd like to see Beaconsfield finish the game out strong, particularly for the the amount of younger players they've got to take confidence in the next week.
34 points the lead, tap down. They're getting a bit of the footy at the moment. Taken by Smith, coming off the back of the square. He kicks around the body, rather for the hand pass inside. Then the hand pass comes out again. Good play by Jed Smith, and the kick into the pocket. And they've got options everywhere. Mark in the right forward pocket. Berwick about 55 from goal. The kick is low by Turner. Did he go out of bounds? He did. He attempted to play on, and I think he's gone out of bounds. He has. Yep.
The field umpire never called play on though. It makes it a bit awkward. I think the boundary umpire getting a bit carried away with his role there.
What is the field umpire's role, is it not?
Field umpire calls play on, then it's the boundary umpire's job to throw it in, but
3.5 played in the final quarter, margin 33 points. Berwick heading to the netball end. The tap down again. Rutherford had the kick smothered. Then the tackler's laid. Breaking the tackle though, Smith. Gets the hand pass out. The kick from Johnson was stabbed along the ground. Overrunning it was Brennan for Berwick, just outside the centre circles. It's grounding pretty good, Nick. A little bit patchy in areas, but not in bad. Nick, it doesn't look too muddy out there. I was down at Hailbury around the corner today, Trent, doing some umpiring, and got very muddy very quickly. Mind you, about 9 o'clock in the morning, got about 9 layers of clothing on umpiring. Kick inside 50. Elliot a chance. He does well to play the ball in front. He is a natural athlete, isn't he? But he can't quite kick the footy up, and he gets support from Borders, chucked to ground in a tackle, and there was no prior. And as I've said a few times today, I've been very impressed with the umpires. And there hasn't been a lot of spot fires. There was a minor one there.
Done really well there. 2 on 3, I reckon. Big syphilis to Ruckford. Getting the body over the ball and really holding his own.
Tap down, taken by Rutherford, who's a wonderful midfielder. He kicks right inside 50, and there's no mark taken in the end by Berwick. Off hands and out of bounds in the right forward pocket, right beside the behind pass.
The ruck work there by Tucky was absolutely brilliant.
Superb, wasn't it? Kozarov tries to take a Jonathan Brown time mark, bring with the flight. Good tackling by Beaconsfield, whose intent is certainly up in this last quarter to kick the only goal of it. 7-4-46 to 11-13-79 on the Beaconsfield Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Great community bank.
Still very much in it, but Berwick had an extra 13 scoring shots.
Kick comes out of the middle of the ground towards the wing, and he didn't have the left footer with Bromley. And now they had a chance, but going without it was Dodsworth. And then the swarming around him, Berwick, just inside the centre square. They try and get a clean possession. It's held up by Big Young, who does well to drag his opponent to the ground and get up pretty quickly. Not shaken or stirred, and it'll be thrown up in the middle of the ground. Margin 33, tap down again, and not able to get away with Travis Tuck with that huge body of his.
You're leaving some of your best work for the last quarter game. I thought you might have pulled some of this out a bit earlier and you played it until the last.
You missed the other call before.
What was the other call?
Money.
Pardon? No, I have, mate. Yeah, well, that was very early days. That was always going to come in. I didn't expect him to get 3 goals early in the match. He's done very well.
Bromley called the wrong shot.
Yeah, Bromley very good. Good little left foot kick. He did go off the edge of the boot on that occasion. I think he was under pressure and he avoided the kick being smothered. He finds Matt Johnson. And Matt Johnson's kicks a good one to Bailey Morris. Bailey Morris again on the lead, out marking his brother too quick for him, Taylor Joyce. And Taylor Joyce has led beautifully today. When he's had a couple of metres on his brother Jaden, they've generally found him, the Beaconsfield players. They've on his leads, I think, quite well. That's been one of the highlights of their play today. And I would have thought that Lee McQuillan and Glenn would be quite happy with the work of the full forward in leading out.
Yeah, very old school, out in the lead, he's very strong.
Just needs to finish that off.
Very hard for the third man up to chop it up.
That's a great kick. He kicked right through the 40. That was straight away. And kicked the first 2 goals and the only 2 goals of the final quarter so far on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in Beaconsfield. And it's 8-4-52. The Eagles 3 goals to 11-13-79. The margin 27 points. And
so the last shot of the goal from Joyce, he, I think he took that kick off about 3 steps. But that was a beautiful goal, and he took his time. He went whack. He come off about 12 steps. He kicked through the ball, and it landed halfway through the into the car park. It was a great goal.
8 minutes in the turn. Rutherford has been good. Gets the footy out of the middle. Kick was partially smothered. Rebounds to Gunn. Wrapped up in a tackle just outside the centre square. So one more might make it interesting.
Sidler's doing rock work.
Yeah, he is.
Straight down to Tucky, he gets a clearing kick, straight out, sweeping up from
He's been very good.
defence. Rails it though again, as meant to turnover, straight the opposition. Smith hits with the 50, young Jed Smith on the boundary, sends it in, it's good work, smothered by Bailey Morris. He has another shot at it, pops it up, and again Ballard, strong defence. Probably uses it a bit better this time. Let's kick it out, hits his target.
You can see why the coach likes him. Oh, he misses the footy well.
Yeah,
Cooley.
Gets a fair bit of it.
That's not a good kick. That puts Dodsworth under tremendous pressure as tapped on high and fisted down and forced the turnover. Dodsworth does well to knock it out. Johnson a hand pass. Yeah, good play. And getting it on this occasion was Bedio. And they keep running through Bedio. He's up in the commentary position. Yep.
He's turned it over though, bring the ball back inboard. They've had another kick inside 50 with Mitch Humphreys taking the mark. That's all good.
That came from Benjamin McGowan.
Kick from 50 metres. Tough kick.
His mum would be happy with that.
Oh no, he's looking into.
Just got to kick it, doesn't he?
Go back and kick it. He's hit it well.
Has he ever?
Looks like he's going to hit the post.
There's a poster.
So that would have been handy. 8-5-53 to 11-13-79. 9 played in the final quarter. But they're coming, Beaconsfield. They've got some run in their legs, exuberance of youth. Against Berwick, 24 scoring shots to 13. That might tell a story. Still a lot of football to be played in this game. Tuck, what an outstanding mark that was. Inboard pass to the bandage Shepherd. Shepherd gets the hand pass off. They run through the middle and Hillard does well.
Sutmose off, who kicks it wide for Bryce Ocean 1-on-1. Oh, strong. Late spoil.
I thought he had that mark right up again, Trent.
Yeah. They all throwing his back there. Really sloppy. Did well to get his body over the footy there. Bailey Asher loves the goal. Could be a bit far out, but it wouldn't surprise me if he goes back and slots this. They'll have to kick from just outside 50 and set shot. Smith lurking for a handball receive. Defence straight onto that.
So he's in the right spot, Ash, with the way he kicks the footy. So it'll cost his body a bit to be able to kick that.
Handball receive from 50. This is top of goal square. Money flies. Good punch from Malia.
Chance now for Beaconsfield to try and clear it. Between the hardness of the footy by Schwartz. He was determined to get that footy. He just waited at other players around him, man, and make sure this is my footy. Get out of my way, and I'll wear whatever damage I receive. And then included a free kick. And right in front of the old man, who's in the corporate box today, Michael, who we interviewed earlier, and you can hear that interview on the GameFace app.
Left foot Tucky, so a very difficult kick.
It'll be fantastic. It's the inspiration.
Yeah, he's like a bull.
Is to put it out of reach if it's not already out of reach. Trying to work hard on the ground, right behind it. Left foot kick. It's coming back left to right. It comes back too far right for behind. And it's 11-14 Avebury. 8-5-53 Beaconsfield. And that is on the Bendigo Bank Beaconsfield scoreboard. The margin 27 points. Bromley back into play goes short. The pass is okay. The half distance up. They're still well inside their defensive 50. They've really got to get going on and kick a smother. It's dreadful. Yeah, well, he does tackle. That's not one of his better one of the youngsters in this team. Gunn gets the loose ball, off to Shepherd, and that's who I would have thought.
Gunny and Shepherd, you see that all the time, those two. They've got a cute little relationship between them. Always love finding each other somehow.
Well, the pressure outstanding again, and James Cairns would like to have that moment again. He doesn't have one of his better days, and pushing and shoving, and I think that's just frustration from Beaconsfield. 12-14, 86, Berwick. Beaconsfield 8-5, 53. That Shepherd was, I thought, the player early days that set up the win with his attack on the footy and his good use of the footy. And
they're going to bounce it in the centre here, guys.
Yeah, Luke Shepherd, yeah.
Well, you have to.
Come back on.
You have to.
Yeah, the way to get the ball on. Just get a ball distraction.
The players will stop straight away once the footy comes down in their direction.
Just while we're waiting, Dan, your old mate Simon Goosey.
Yep.
He's Mob Mornington, beat Sorrento by 1 point this afternoon.
Well, they've beaten Adelaide and Sorrento in consecutive matches by points. Sorrento have now lost 2 matches in a row. Benitez Ballasmodale looks like they've just had the chance of being on top of the table because they're getting pumped, aren't they? In their match today against YCW, who are back.
68 points they lost by, really has.
It's the worst loss of the season. Lots to talk about the footy game next week, then. Looking forward to your company on Thursday night at Tremana, who trying to hang on against Tyre. And at this stage, Berwick going well. Smith sharing it nicely. Gets the handpass out again to Asher. Long to fall forward, almost the mark in the goal square by the big fellow Young. Then he lays a good tackle. He shows good agility and good recovery for a big fellow Trent.
Yeah, his second effort's really what makes him a great player. He's tackling after the ruck contest, but it's good for him to win the free kick there, but he's doing well. Johnson, he's looking to come in board, he plays on. Rush kick down to Tyler Stoker against the ruckman, probably not the best option.
The biggest player on the ground against the smallest.
Jaden Joyce, that is, sends it back, risky kick, cut off by Humphrey, kicks, and Joyce's
lovely kick. Look, when he's had the role of the player as a small forward, not only with his forward pressure Dodsworth, he's been front square a lot today, and he's crumbing, being involved in 2 goals, one at the front, one at the back, and then crumbing there to set up another opportunity to Joyce. He's done his job.
He's kicked about 4 maybe, 3, 4?
3, Joyce is going for his 4th. Right behind this, slightly right of centre half forward. Leans back and sneaks it home.
How many is that for Joyce now?
4 to 8, 9-5-59 to 12-15-87, the margin 28 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and a big shout out to the team at Bendigo Bank, Graham Taylor and Andrew Gardner, a big sponsor of the Beaconsfield Footy Club, and great to have them on board with GameFace today as we broadcast our first Sentinel match of what will be a wonderful relationship with this league for the rest of the year. Glenn, where are we going next week?
Next week we're down to Narry, I believe.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Narry got the new room, so it'll be nice to go down and check them out.
That down in the middle, we have the palatial suite that we have here on the balcony. There's an opportunity over the middle for Berwick, but they can't quite get the footy, and the umpire says give it to me. It's a perfect location on the balcony.
You can mind a heater out here though.
You're like a summer's day. Even they play cricket here, don't they?
Put the ball up for a blanket trend.
Maybe get the foot rub organised, wouldn't say no.
Who from? Not from me, I hope.
I don't know, not with those hands, but Tommy Brennan out in the wing. He looks inside and finds Geordie Andrews. That's an half forward. He's played on, that didn't mean to. He's taken me on the mark on, nearly gets around, Bailey Asher from the 50. Spots up Matty Young, couldn't quite get there. He's made a good contact.
Second of it against Great.
Go back out, he's clean up. Oh, he's been pushed off the ball by Gunny. But probably putting the head of the footy, you'll see the ball up.
8 points to the lead, 16 gone, final quarter.
So I don't know if Shane Boland's tuned in. Bolo up at Bendigo, he's the one that's helped pull all this together today, but he was going to tune in. So if you are listening, Bolo, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Our meeting this morning, got the team sheets, I helped organise the team sheets with Lee, which was fantastic. The club has been terrific to us today, and of course Berwick are always a wonderful club, led by Glenn and the team, as they go down the wing.
Just another score update this time from the AFL. We've We've got Gold Coast 76, 15 points ahead of Sydney Swans 61. They're at the 18-minute mark in the last quarter.
That might be going to be just a huge result. The result will be Sydney losing again at the SCG event. They've been behind all day in that game. It'll be fun. That's why we love sport, because you just don't know, do you? You think you know, but you don't know.
And Gold Coast has just kicked another one, so they're 21 points ahead of Sydney.
Couldn't win the flag, Sydney, could they? Very, very good this competition though, as the handbars comes out. Service, he does a lot of good little passing. To Rutherford, who's been outstanding. One of the best on the ground. He just knocks up getting the footy. He's a wonderful runner, he's a gut runner. Big body in the middle of the ground. And this is Jed Smith. Jed Smith stabs a kick inside 50. Mark is not taken, and it'll be cleared out of the fence by Beaconsfield. The defence has had a lot of work to do today. Stoko kicks high, always a halfback flank. No one can take the mark. Off hands again, and the umpire says, look, once again, there was no prior opportunity, and I've praised them all day for the way that they've handled that. They've made sure that it's going to get ugly in that contest with two players trying to wrench it from each other. Let's just ball it up and get started again, and it's worked well. Another ball up, straight away.
How many more injured players waiting to come back into the scene for Berwick, Trent?
There's actually a fair few. So Brody Connolly coming back from injuries, played reserve today, went really well. Riley Heddles he's injured. He's actually in Europe at the moment, so he injured at a good time. There's still a few coming back through. Matty Andrews actually finishing off the game. He's got a bit of concussion, so I thought he wouldn't risk him for the rest of the game. So he's in the club rooms.
Who else in Europe is he?
Couldn't tell you. Sorry.
It's a hospital ball.
It is a hospital ball. Elliot does pretty well. I mean, I think the defenders down here today, Bromley, considering how much ball that they've had to contend with, Bowd and Ali have done a pretty good job.
Ali's really impressed me today. It's the first time I've seen him play. He's got some wheels on him. He moves quick. He reads the ball well. He's tough. It's a good package.
28-point lead.
We need to get your 3-2-1s today, Dan.
Well, I'll have a think about that as Travis Clark was pushed off the footy, and Elliot gets to receive on the outlet. Handball to Bowd as their runner. He shakes the tackle, arches the back, and on the left, kicks into no man's land. Leading in the race is Big Young. The big fella has to go backwards with the kick, and it's probably the right option because there's nothing in front of him, and they can set up again, Berg. High kick towards the wing. Kent underneath it is Matt Johnson. He couldn't take the mark. At the drop is Stoko. Got the hand pass out towards Doddsworth, who was shoved in the back. And now they've got a chance to try and set it up again.
Joyce.
And Joyce can't quite take the mark. Off hands. And under tremendous pressure, Humphrey and eventually Matthew Humphrey, who was involved in a couple of exchanges, was taken in a tackle, and there's going to be a free kick, and it'll go the way of Brennan, who kicks wide, and he finds the bandage. There's a couple of bandage players out there.
Yeah, there's a blood nose for Nicky Hillard.
Oh, that's right. Hillard was one, and the long sleeve Luke Shepherd, who was going to receive that ball, had it punched away from him, out of bounds on the wing.
We need your 3-2-1s today too, Trent. You think you can squeeze the Becky player in there?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon Joycey's been fantastic today for them, so I can even Birdie a bit stiff, but he's got
limited opportunities.
he gets heaps from the Jakey Bowd. Probably on the losing side, it's stiff to miss out on votes, especially coming out of the back line. He gets a lot of it, but not much to go to.
For Derek?
Tucky's been great in the midfield.
I think Rutherford too.
Rutherford always. Same as Bailey Asher. The midfield's been great for us.
Bailey Asher very good. High ball inside 50.
Even Tommy Brennan actually.
Couple to beat, but couldn't beat them was Big Taylor. And then there's a shot at goal, high at full forward from Beaconsfield, but off hands and through for a behind and roving front and square.
So does
Callum, one of the brothers Stoko, that was Tyler Stoko, did well then. He just hit the pack hard when Taylor Joyce wasn't able to mark, being in the middle of the contest as Ash Smith kicks back into play. He plays to the outer side at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. The margin now 27 points, 9-6-60, 12-15-87. It's been a good last quarter by Beaconsfield. They haven't let the margin get out of control. Still got a good percentage, but I'll only be half a game clear of Officer with a few rounds left. Remembering Officer's percentage is only 74, but immaterial because they've had the draw. Whenever they play each other. Whoever wins that match will probably finish in the top 4. So, kick inside 50 for Beaconsfield. There's that man again. Taylor Joyce, he's got big hands, big body, quite an ample backside, and he was able to arch the backside and take the mark. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, because I think when you're playing football and you're playing in front, boys, you need to have those sort of characteristics to be able to take the mark that he took overhead. Most of his marks have been on the chest today. So he's hard on the boundary, 40 metres out. That's an excellent effort, right over the goal umpire's cap. And that is a handful today for Taylor Joyce, which means, I reckon, Trent, we've got to put him in the boat. He's kicked 5 against his brother, and his team cut the margin to 21 points, but I think time will beat them. 12-15, 87 is Berwick score. Beaconsfield 10-66 on the Bendigo Bank of Beaconsfield scoreboard.
I'm pleased to see Taylor Joyce finish off with a goal. He's worked hard today, and that's 5 for him today, is that right, Dan?
Correct.
Half the score.
Yeah, good reward for effort. Half their score, good point, Trent.
And they would have gone inside 50 probably half the number of times in Berwick, so when they've gone in 50, they've made the most of their opportunities. Yeah, they do. He may get an opportunity. Brandon Humphrey gets it in the direction. Berwick does well to break out of the tackle. He takes it. He kicks it towards the pocket. Ash Smith, and he shoves his opponent out of the way. No, said the umpire. Berwick come out of attack now, out of defence now, with a bounce around the other side. Pass is a very good one. And they'll play on quickly. Kick towards half forward. Looking for someone to mark. Elliott does well to knock away at the last minute. Brad gets a hand pass out. And they can now clear around the other side. Good play by Smith. Getting a bit of the footy late in the match. It might be too late. They're still trying very hard, Beaconsfield. They've got the ball on the wing. Good kick towards half forward. It's not a good kick. It doesn't come off. And an easy mark taken by Berwick. And the player holding on to that is Rutherford. Just has been outstanding today. And again, the turnover. Elliott with it. Told to get on with it. Drives it long down that outer side. Taylor Joyce at the top up. Couldn't take the mark. His brother Jaden was there for the opposition to see it over the boundary line while on attacking 50. 24.5 minutes play. 10-6-66 Beaconsfield. Berwick 12-15-87. Margin 21 points. The battle of the creek. The neighbouring teams, Beaconsfield and Berwick, having a good struggle today. And after conceding 6 goals in 4 games, some might say they've been leaking like a sieve today, that defence of Berwick. It's very harsh because they're coming off a very, very high base. As the hand pass comes down and Stoko kicks inside 50, mark not completed by Berwick, but they've got numbers at the back, and Arpison receives. He kicks out to the wing, Shepherd takes a finger tipper, which will help his team at the 25.5 minute mark. He's bandaged up and he marks it half back in front of the coach's dugout on the commentary side of the ground in the Peter Evans pavilion where we're broadcasting from. He goes in short. Ash Smith will close it down and slow it down. Pick 36 in the 2008 National Draft for the Eagles. When I saw him play, Trent, I thought he played some pretty good footy off half back.
Yeah, no, he's good. Loves the handball received and his haircut. That's all about him.
Is he a mate of Nick Nats?
Yeah, I reckon he is. Yeah, I reckon Nick Nats pretty close. He's got a few friends down there from the West Coast. Still keeps in contact with.
Handball to Arpison. Arpison on the left, kicks to a big contest. Getting in front, Rutherford can't take the mark. At the drop, they've got numbers, Beaconsfield, and they'll drive the ball long towards half forward. It came from Gourley. No mark taken. And in the end, Arpison lays a bare hug tackle, brings his opponent down at half forward. Beaconsfield into attack.
They've won the last quarter, Beaconsfield.
That was 30, they have.
It's a good last quarter there.
21 points to the margin, 26 minutes gone. They're into attack. Taylor Joyce has kicked 5 for them today from limited opportunities. Handball comes out. Matt Johnson to brother Daniel, has to bend down and get it, and had a number of Berry players in front of him. Handball comes out again, off the side of the boot, kick towards the boundary, and that was a good effort by Dedio. And he got plenty on it as he was kicking off balance, almost falling down. That's a boundary throw in 20 metres around from Beaconsfield's goal at the city end. 66 plays 87 on the Bendigo Bank of Beaconsfield scoreboard. Thanks to our sponsors today for sponsoring this Power Football Club, 27 minutes gone. The tap down again. Good play by Walsh, who's been okay in the ruck today for Beaconsfield. Hurry kick comes out on the pack and he goes out of bounds on the full. And it's going to be a free kick to Verdi. Verdi will go back and kick it quickly. I think time's going to beat them. I wouldn't have thought there's enough time left now. But Verdi's hard on the boundary. He just needs to have a shot here. He needs to take responsibility to try and kick this.
That's a good play.
He'll come inside. He's superb. 48 metres out. He kicks. It's a good looking kick. And it's a goal. Magnificent kick from the boundary by Verdi. He's kicked a couple in the last quarter. And it's been a wonderful finish by Beaconsfield, his young team. This will give them confidence for the rest of the year. It's almost, even though they're not going to get the points, I think, Trent, it's almost like a victory for them in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. And, it's been a good game all day. Good, finally some good conditions, see some high scoring football, which is good to see.
27 scoring shots to 17. Probably should have won by more, but bad kicking's bad footy, as I say in the classics. But I mean, you know Stewie pretty well. What will we say? You've been disappointed in the last quarter. The boys are looking a bit tired in the last quarter.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, Beaky, we've got 2 numbers down back spare now. They're really good at kind of rebounding. I mean, every time the ball goes in this last quarter, it's going to be really hard. There's a couple of numbers always extra back, and it's proven well. They've done well from it.
I don't think James Magnus come back on, has he? Did he suffer a blow to the hip?
His lower back. I mean, he's at work. He's been complaining about lower back. So remember, just on the boundary, he's reaching for his lower back hip region. So him, Matty Andrews, and I think a few of them are sitting off at the moment.
Quick kick came out of the pack by Smith. It's Smith of Berwick. Roll through from behind. It was a vacant goal square at the near ball end of the ground. This is now vacant. And kicking to himself, Bowd, one of the best men on the ground today, certainly for Beaconsfield. Kicks to the outer side, but will come straight back. Another one who's been putting his Rutherford. He marks the half forward. He kicks inside 50 and can ball on his own. Jez Smith. Did he have bad PO? He's taken the mark.
He's stuck in well there. He goes back and finishes his job there, and the boys get to him.
Just to put the icing on the cake. I think they've done about 29 minutes in the final quarter on the Benny Bank scoreboard of Beaconsfield. 11,672 Beaconsfield, Berwick 12,1688. It will be 3 wins this year for the Wickers over the Eagles. And the Eagles will be 6-6, still in 4th position. 40 metres out, he kicks long and high and hits the left behind post flush. So back into play, Bowd again. That's not a great kick. He kicked that a bit too quickly.
And Mark from Rutherford, he just ran to the bench there.
He looks like he's grabbing a bit.
He got sent back from the bench.
What a brilliant kick that is.
Rutherford is red again.
Yeah, that was just poor play. They just looked a bit tired in the Beaconsfield defenders. They didn't fill the hole. They weren't quick enough to fill the hole. Tell you what though, this is a lot of take here the Berwick trainers today. There's another player.
There's a few ugly heads out there, that's for sure.
Nick Hillard, of course, is one of those.
Yeah.
Oh
no, she's fantastic. Nothing ugly about her.
45 out. No, I wrote about her worrying about him as the shot misses to the left-hand side, another behind, which has been the one area that I need to work on. That again just thinks there's still time. He kicks straight down the middle, 17 points, waiting down Hillard at the base, got the hand pass out, but then had the hand pass stripped. And good play by Scapegoat. He gets it out the side now. Now here's an opportunity for Doherty. It's an open goal square. He bangs it long, a little bit indiscriminate the kick. Didn't get a good bounce down there at that hand fake. And then he lays a very, very good tackle. It's holding the ball. Free kick to Beaconsfield. Siren sounds. He'll get the last kick. And he can cut the margin to 12 points.
All too late.
But gee, they've finished well. They'll be very happy the way they played this last quarter.
Yeah, no, they've done well. A few tired Berwick boys out there. I think the bench rotation stopped there. Looks like a few of them been sent back from the bench. But no, Biggie finished off really well. It's good to see a good contest out here.
So both brothers haven't been as prominent as they'd like to be today. He shot at Galway, misses to the right-hand side, Matt Hemphrey, and it's behind. And the margin is 17 points and a win to Berwick. So they make it 9-3 the Wickers, but they have 11 goals scored against them today, almost double the number of goals that were scored against them in their previous 4 matches. But Beaconsfield are a top 4 team and have been top 4 in the previous 3 years of the competition. 12-18-90 to 11-7-73 as the coach Lee McQuillan walks past us, and he looks disappointed, but he should be proud of his team's effort. They certainly did not drop their heads. It's a young team. The club felt today it was going to be a tough task against a good side. Your team, Berwick, Lee, and they really did do a good job in playing the sort of Trent and playing the sort of football that they did.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, being for the strong side, I think the loss to back them was a bit uncharacteristic for them. I mean, the side's great, and been a bit stiff and a bit unlucky the last couple of weeks, but they've definitely put up a fair fight today, and just a bit stiff. I'll get the win here.
Among the highlights, Taylor Joyce putting 5. We'll get the 3-2-1 on the second for Beaconsfield, and 4 goals to money for the Berwick team. So your best player, who do you think?
For the game?
Yeah.
I reckon Travis Tuck all day, just like the ball, just always in the contest, hit over the footy, and just making things happen for us. I think Taylor Joyce will be second best on with 5 goals. I mean, some of the goals were, he's a bit stiff, one of his miracle goals called touch. I don't even think it was, but he's going well all day, and he's definitely won that contest. And then I'd probably give one to maybe Tommy Brennan, kicked 2 goals in this great run, or maybe even Bryce Rutherford. I mean, all day, just the general, really strong over the footy.
Well, he doesn't stop, does he? And he uses the footy well. He doesn't waste too many possessions. He just gets it either on the inside or the outside. He's the consummate midfielder in this competition that's required to get your team over the line, isn't he, every single week?
Yeah, last year's MVP, he'll be sure to tell you all about it if he gets a chance. His missus and family watching over the boundary. I bet he loves that. It's something that's always performance. He's got a crowd.
So I think he just plays good footy every week. It's a 17-point win. 12-18-90 Berwick, Beaconsfield 11-7-73. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a good game of footy, a good win by Berwick. The first Sentinel match was done for the year. We're heading to Narry Warren next week, so we look forward to that to make guys on top of the table. And as we head into the run into the finals, as a few of the boys have a look at us up here, including former Eagle player Ash Smith and the coach Stewie, as they make their way into the rooms. You'll hear the theme song in a minute. Yeah, you go down and do that. Good on you, Trent. Thanks so much. You did a great job. And a 17-point win to Berwick over Beaconsfield. That's it from GameFace. We'll catch you at the footy show during the week. All the best.
Good job. We'll take these chairs in.
Yeah. I've got to go down and do